don't talk about us, only when there's a crime. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that in this world, with or without money, we're all richer than the poor? The problem is those that say that I'm reaching out to give a hand and stay they leeching hands is itching, ready to see you missing. Well, thinking what to write, something inside me told me I can freestyle or I can rap. I can go with a rhythm that can make you dance. Tell you what I say on a daily, tell you everything's okay just to avoid dilemma. Or I can simply bring you something positive to the table and warn you of the ongoing problems that we're having. Instead, I have to reach out to my conscience once again as I watch the crime and the violence rise and the kids lose their innocence. Now the concept of forming a home day by day loses its essence. They don't want to hear that. I can't keep my arms crossed in front of the system. If I don't do something, I'm also part of the problem. As guilty as the one that pulls the trigger, like the person in the crowd that hits the record button on their phone to expose a lie instead of the truth for clout. They need 1,000 views. The government doesn't have a solution. The problem started when we took God out the equation. The problem ain't us celebrating. The problem is that we a nation divided when we should be a nation united and praying. It's how we live today. When problems occur, we come up with a meaning. Laugh a little, move on with no care in the world, as if it ain't even a thing in this world. If it's like this today, I don't want to see the future. Because nowadays, they'll make a meme out of a person that can't even see the day of light no more. What makes you think they care? They can't even break bread at the table. I don't know how you want to be rappers and lyricists can go on with life, living on an illusion of nothing good to write. Talking about killing someone, selling drugs with pride, until the scripts are flipped and it's someone you love dies. Right? This ain't solved by activating the National Guards and going behind bars. This is deep, this is me and you. And they say as time pass by, we'll heal everything. Shit, you know these scars? I seen time flash by and never feel everything. Leaving me on standby, ready to kill everything. Alone in the mirror looking at myself, say, girl, you're everything. You don't need for anything, shorty. So unless you walk a mile in my shoes, don't say anything. Just take a minute and listen so you can consume everything. Me and you are not the same, so make sure you look both ways when you cross me, and that's on everything. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag, but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with division. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future, you have no vision. This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division and religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're holding them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday. Probably because of the way they was dressed today. Not realizing that the one that they hate could be the one that saves their day. But you know what? Thanks to them, it's another day in history where you get to flip the pages to your book and speak your story. And Lord, it's unholy. But you know what hurts the most? As I walk down the street and I see how easily we're divided. When we all should be united. One body, one mind, one soul, a million talents. Lord, without you, we're all divided. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know any better. They don't know that there's someone out there that loves them. Some people will always have a place in my heart, but not in my life.
Hey, yo, Flory, turn me up.
Because when I tell you that it hurts, it hurts. Envy in your eyes, yet you want trust. Can't tell if you're an enemy or a friend. I mean, back then when I was naive, now I'm older, some say wiser. I'm no fool. I'm only a friend when convenient. Took a while to understand that what was real would never leave. Only when you're in pain and alone, you know who you can really depend on. You say you were a friend, where were you when I needed a hand? Shit, you was following a trend. A friend ain't nothing but $1 in your pocket when the money gone, so are they. And they say a friend in need is a friend indeed. You watch this, I drown. Now I'm getting around while you in the dog pound. Shit. It's funny how karma has a tendency of bringing things back around. It's not funny when the one you look up to is the one wearing the crown. You nothing but a clown. What you need to do is bring that ass back around town. And like Deja says, smack a nigga with an open hand. Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. I'm hoping y'all can hear me. I want to welcome everybody to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. I want to thank everybody that supports a shorty, that is supporting a shorty. Listen, man, I got so many poems. As you can see, this is a new book. I've been on 2 months working on nothing but poems. So this is a new book, and I've been inspired by people here on YouTube. Shout out to Nate the Great podcast. Shout out to Be Encouraged with Marissa, and shout out to Marlene Sanders, because these are some of the people here on YouTube that have inspired me on some of my poems lately too. So I want to, listen, I want to welcome everybody. Today we will be reacting to, the Monique interview on Club Shay. Like, everybody is talking about Monique. I love Monique. I don't know how y'all feel about Monique, but Monique has been real for a while. And what's crazy is that, it takes all this for a lot of people to start listening to, what people have been saying for a while, for people to wake up. And I'm gonna be very honest. Since Cat Williams came out and had went viral, and now Monique has come out, there's been a lot of questions surfacing between not just kids but grown adults. I was earlier on. I don't know if y'all know who she is. Let's talk with love, right? PPP. She was on this morning and she had a good question, and she was talking about, why is it that a lot of people sit here and how some thank God, but others say you got to thank the universe and stuff like that. So she had a very good topic. And after, I do my little reaction, because I'm gonna do a little bit. There's going to be a part 2. Monique been talking for years. That's a fact. That's a big fact. Like, they've been trying to censor Monique for years. But this was a really good interview, and I want to react to it. I want to give my perspective, my opinion. For those of you out here that are new, listen, man, I'm bold when I speak on certain stuff. I'm shout out. I have no filters in my mouth and no hairs in my tongue. So at times I'm going to be very direct, and I tell everybody I stand for something and I fall for nothing. Like, there's a lot of people out here that believe in the Bible. There's a lot of people that don't. Me, personally, I don't believe in the Bible. To me, a Bible is a story. It's like a little steps to a little guide. Stories of what people have allegedly been through back then before us. So it's nothing more than just a guide. I don't want to offend nobody when I say that, but I believe in God. Nothing more, nothing less. Something made us. We're here on this world. We're here on this universe. You see where I'm coming from? Like, I don't know who, I've been down the rabbit hole. You see where I'm coming from? I've been doing my research. I'm still down there. Look, listen, man, I hop one foot in there. I'll be looking like Lola Bunny sometimes. I'm like, go down the little hole, come right back up. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, did I just hear this right? Oh, I gotta go right back in there. I gotta go get me a carrot, bring Bugs Bunny right along. That's my best friend, my homie. Listen, my fiance, my kid's godfather, my daughter's father. Like, I'm like, yo, come on, man. I got a carrot. Come right down with me down this rabbit hole. Like, yo, I just discovered this. Like, yo. And that's how it be. Like, yo, when you go down that rabbit hole, you find out so many things. And I'm going to be very honest. I've come to the conclusion that, listen, nobody knows the answers to nothing. You see where I'm coming from? All you could do is do your research, come up with your conclusions. We all think in different ways. We got our own way of thinking. So not everybody is going to come up with the same conclusion, with the same idea. You see, with the same theory, with the same opinion. We're all going to come up with different conclusions, different opinions, and different theories. That's how I see life. Like, I don't see all of us the same. We're all special in our own way. We got good, we got evil. Like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not here to judge nobody. This is what the podcast is about. We're here to bring the news and we're here to bring awareness. The link is always there for anybody that ever wishes, to come up and speak their truth or speak on something that they know about so that they could bring awareness. It's not a problem with that. A lot of people don't have platforms. A lot of the stories that I do bring up, a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people do know about. This is YouTube. But I want to bring out different types of stories, bring out different types of topics, because just the same way that a lot of people don't have all their social media, there's people that's not on YouTube. It's a lot of people on YouTube, but there's a lot of people that's not on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They don't get to see the videos. They don't get to see the people and the stuff they do there. So you know what? I bring it over here. And I know that because I've talked to people out here. I put that footwork in. Like, I can't sit here and judge nobody. Like, people live different lives the best way they can. Facts. Thank you, Maritza. Thank you. But let's get it started. I'm about to start sharing my screen real quick with y'all. And I know Monique's been spitting. I didn't get to watch the whole interview, so I am gonna start it off with y'all. I'm gonna do a part 2. I want to do, react a little bit to Monique on Club Shay. And I want to get to hear y'all, whether y'all give me, y'all perspectives and y'all opinions in the chat, or y'all want to come up. If y'all want me to, drop a link to a number that y'all can call because y'all don't know how to deal with StreamYard or something like that, hey, let us shorty know. I'll drop the number and y'all can, sit here. Don't be scared thinking, I got to show. No, we're not here for that. We're not here to bring nobody down. We're here to bring the news and we're here to bring awareness, y'all. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. Thank you, daughter of Zion. Thank you. Blessings to daughter of Zion. How you been doing? But let's get this started. All right, y'all. I wanna they say it's been a real good interview. So I know I'm gonna break it down, maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of this interview today, if we can make it that far. And as time goes by, do the rest. And because I want to get to, hear what people got to say and stuff like that. It's random topics. I want people, go ahead, ask y'all questions. Like, let's do this. Let's talk about it. There are topics that do need to be talked about. And what's crazy? A lot of topics, Monique is going to bring them allegedly in this interview, because by me reacting, I know people's going to, so, hey, let's do this, y'all. Y'all get where I'm coming from. I don't have to break it down any more than that, hopefully. But shout out to everybody that's been showing a shorty support. Thank you to those that have been motivating me to write these poems right here. And before we get this started, pretty soon I've been, looking up to see how I'm gonna do it, because I got a whole set of new poems and I got a set of old poems. I'm thinking about making a book. So that's something that I'm also working on right now, is trying to make a book and publish it. It's going to be mostly just all poems, and it's going to be all the poems that I've written throughout the years and all the new poems that I've come up with recently. So I want to thank a lot of y'all, because I'm going to be very honest, a lot of y'all are the inspiration and the motivation for these new poems. What y'all speak on, what y'all say, I'm grasping, I'm writing it down. So all y'all pain that y'all are turning into motivation, I'm just giving it a little bit of poetic justice. And I want to thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to do that. But let's get... I don't know what the heck I just did. This John just rewinded. Fast forward. I don't know what I just did.
Someone said Shannon Sharp don't mess with black women.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on. I got black kids. That's what I said. I said, them babies black.
Looking for a super offer on Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook have you covered. New customers can bet. To another episode of Club Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay. And the young lady that's stopping by for conversation and a drink today is one of the best loved comedians. She's one of the most decorated actors. She won an Oscar, a Golden Globe. She's a...
Now, Shannon, I love Monique and all, but you're not going to sit here and say she's young. You mean the miss sitting next to you? Because I'm a young lady. Monique is like in her 50s. She could be my grandma. Get it straight, all right? I know you're trying to be respectful and all, but the miss, all right? Miss. Or is it Mrs.? Mrs. because she's married, ain't it? Let's throw it back a little bit. How is it that we had to show respect? It's Mrs. She's not a young lady, all right?
British Academy Film, Theater, and Arts Award. She's a Scripps Howard Guild winner, NAACP Image Award winner. She's been nominated for a Primetime Emmy and a Grammy. She's a talented host, executive producer, writer, and an author, a versatile entertainer, a famed Hollywood star, a powerful name in the industry, a veteran stand-up comedian, a mother, a wife, a legend, the one, the only Monique.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
No one does that better, baby.
Thank you.
Do it again. Say
it again.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon
Come on
Sharp.
now. Put them damn cards down and read all that again. Oh, brother. Thank you. Thank
We
you.
stopped by. I want to.
Yo, Shannon Sharp just made her day, because for years, I'm telling you, man, she deserved that respect. For years, they've been coming at Monique because of what she's been saying and who she is. They never lie when they say it's about who you like. Right now, and with everything that we're going through, we should be more united than anything. And for people that say, for those that say I'm a Christian and I'm this, or for those that say that I go by a religion, we should be united in prayer more than ever before. But that just shows me what y'all really believe in. But hey, topic for later on.
Toast you for your amazing, amazing career. Not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera and your stand-up career. Monique, thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me, brother Shay Shay.
Thank you. Better drink some water after that one.
Okay. Who? Yes, indeed. Let me just say this before we start.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk right to the sisters. One sip.
Pay attention. She's talking to all of us sisters. All the sisters out there. See, this is a message we're going to have to take in and soak in deep. Let's see what she got to say.
Get you right there. Now I'm back to you, Shay. I'm back to you, baby. That's enough for me, baby. But sisters, if you're trying to make up with your man, if you're trying to get pregnant, this right here is Shannon Sharp. One sip. Take care of all your woes. Woo, baby, that thing right there. Okay.
Monique.
Blessings. I want to say, let me take a minute real quick. Let me say blessings to Rillis. Blessings to Be Encouraged with Marissa. If y'all haven't checked out Rillis or Maritza, go check them out. Let me say blessings to East Dad. Blessings. I want to say blessings to a shout out to Young Riaz. If y'all haven't checked out Young Riaz, go check him out. East Dad. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but if anybody could drop his link down below, you're more than welcome. But yo, she ain't lying right there, yo. Y'all know what Hennessy make y'all do. Jack Daniels. We sitting here and we thinking it's just butterflies in our stomach. The next minute we know it's like we got a bump right here, and we just looking to the side. 10 minutes later, all them butterflies caught legs and now they walking. If y'all don't understand what I mean by that,
When you hear everything that I read on the card, what goes through your mind when you hear that?
What goes through my mind when I hear you read that? I'm humbled by that. I'm grateful for that. I've been allowed to share a gift because that's what it is. But when you start reading that, there's a part that says, who is he talking about? And there's another part that says, I'm grateful that I was able to put that work in to achieve those things, but all with humility.
You said we were talking off camera. You said, I want to get something. There's something I want to share with you, and I need to get it off my chest early.
Because that's why I'm looking at you now. Like, why are you going into that? Because I told you we could not talk till I dealt with you.
Okay,
listen. Okay. So let me say this to you. The day I watched Skip Bayless lose himself with you, and that's what he did. He lost himself. And when I watched Skip Bayless say to you, put them goddamn glasses back on, boy, Now, I know he didn't say goddamn and boy, but that's what everybody heard. And I was waiting for you to snatch his ass across that table, baby, and give it to him. I was like, Shannon, this is the perfect time. I don't condone violence.
Right.
I don't say be violent. But that day, I was in my feelings for 2 days. Me and my grandbaby could not watch you for 2 days. And my husband had to say, Mama, let's talk about this. Look at Shannon Sharp. He retired in 2004, but he could still get on that field and run touchdowns, tackles, everything. Had he snatched Skip Bayless across that table, he would have died in Shannon's arms that day.
Right.
So Brother Shay handled that right. Now we can talk. Okay.
And that's a fact. For those of y'all that think that it's always, you know, you got to deal with a certain situation with violence. Yo, it's not always with violence. And trust me, an eye for an eye is not always the way to go. Like, sometimes we got to sit here like, yo, people think, right? When you got people here trying to challenge you, when they trying to sit here and test you, they don't understand. Like, yo, you don't know me. Like, why is you even trying to push my limit? Why is you trying to sit here and just like blow this bomb up that you don't want to explode? And that's how it really is. There's people out here that will make you try to, you know, reach a limit to the point where you got to lay hands on them. But sometimes, you know what? It's not always the answer, because those that think they got more power over you, those that think that, you know, they could do better than you. Hey, go ahead. Be a guest. That's how I feel. Put your feet inside my shoes, then walk a mile in it and come back and holler at me and see if you could do the job that I am doing. Because I don't want to do the job that you're doing, because I know I can't walk a mile in your shoes. I know I can walk a mile in my shoes. But come on, man. When we say shit like that, we the villains. When we say stuff like that, we the bad guys.
I just had to get that off of me, because I know everybody around the world heard what I heard. No, he didn't say them words, but we heard it in his mind, and we was looking for you to say space and opportunity, Skip. Space and opportunity.
That's that be more coming out of you.
You know what? That's your Aunt Mary coming out of me. That's your Aunt Mary coming out of me, baby.
I got an aunt named Mary Nell. Monique, you and her are a spitting image. I remember the very first time I saw you, and my sister and I, we were talking, and my sister looked at me and I looked at her. I said, she's a spitting image of my Aunt Mary. And you are. Hopefully we're going to put pictures up when we run this. So you're from Baltimore.
Yes.
And I read everything that I read. When you were growing up in Baltimore, what did a young Monique want to be?
Just what I'm doing right now, baby.
You dreamed of this.
Just when I tell you, Shannon, from a little girl, I always wanted to be famous.
Okay.
Because I saw the Jackson 5.
Okay.
And I saw people screaming for them and hollering. And I'm like, damn it, I want them to scream and holler for me, but I couldn't sing.
Right.
But I knew somewhere I was going to be famous.
Right.
So I prayed to the universe, just let me be famous. I didn't understand.
You know what's crazy? I never want to become famous, but I've always wanted to become a chef. That's my biggest dream. I want to be a chef, a known chef. Yep. I want everybody to know, yo, I got these skills. You need to try them. But famous, nah. I don't even want to become like Ramsay. Real shit. I just want to become a whole chef. Start a restaurant. You know, get that little permit that whenever something is left over, because there's a permit you got to get, I'm able to sit here and I can just feed the homeless with the rest of the food. And I mean the real homeless.
And what all came with that. As a little girl,
right?
You just see the lights, the glamour, the glitz, and you fall in love with that. So that little girl fell in love with the lights, the glamour, and the glitz. That little girl fell in love with a woman named Oprah Winfrey on a local talk show in Baltimore called People Are Talking. And when I looked at that woman, Shannon, I saw me. I saw a big woman with a big head, big shoulders, and big feet. And I said, if that woman can do that, so can I. So that's what that little girl was thinking about from Baltimore.
Basically, she said, I saw the female version of Fan Albert. You gotta, listen, man, you gotta have some humor on some real shit. Like, but I get where she's coming from, because it's crazy how when you're a big girl or you're a big guy, people have the tendency of bringing them down, talking about them, bullying them, like rejecting them. And me personally, I've always thought that was messed up. Like, yo, man, everybody deserve love. I don't care how big, how small you are, how skinny. Like, I don't care if you're short. I don't care if you're tall. Snaps. I'm 4'11". They say I'm part of the midget community. I don't know about that, but hey, I consider myself. I feel like I'm Shaq. So size to me, that shit is irrelevant.
Baltimore.
Are you the type of person that if you see someone do something one time, that means it can be done again? Because you saw Oprah do it. You say, well, Oprah doing it. Why can't Monique do it?
I think Oprah, when I saw her do it as a little girl, was a push. However, had I not seen Oprah, my dreams would have still been my dreams.
Okay.
But when you see somebody that's inside of that space, because how many big black women are on TV even now?
Correct.
So back then, you didn't see any big black women on TV that was doing it. So I think had I not seen her, I would have still wanted to do it. But seeing her, let me say, okay, it's possible. It's right there.
Right. What was Monique like as a little girl?
What you seeing right now, baby? Ain't nothing.
So you always...
I just got, listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people in this industry don't like me, right?
Yeah.
They didn't like me as a little girl, Shannon. I'm so used to this shit. People didn't like me because I was going to tell it. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell on you. So what you're saying right now is the same thing you're getting. They tried to fight my ass in the 12th grade, Shannon. They surrounded me, a group of them. Okay? Wanted to fight on me. Why? Because
shit, I get it now. I know why I had to fight my way through school, man. All the boys, yo, like I had to tussle. Like I had a thing, look, because of what I went through too. It had a big, part of it. But these boys, yo, a lot of y'all mamas like out here really need to talk to these boys. Like they need to stop being fresh with a lot of girls. Not every girl out here is a Tatiana, yo. I grew up fighting like, yo, man, don't play with me. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me like that. I ain't one of these little chicks out here that's fast and easy. Nah, man, I stood up. Like for real. Like, but I get it now, like, yo. But then as I got older, it was like, yo, it's just that they liked you or they had a little crush on you. Man, what's the difference? They all, when they have a crush on you, they like you, it's the same thing. I don't see the difference in the word, but little boys tend to act real stupid, same as girls. I'm sorry to say it. I don't want to offend anybody, but little boys and little girls at that age, I don't know what it is. I think it's what they see the elders do around them. Because that's not, listen, man, we need to teach our kids the right stuff. These little boys need these daddies out here that are meant to be daddies, that want to be daddies, but the mamas don't let them be a part of their kids' lives or whatever, for whatever the reason is. And I'm not talking about these deadbeat bum of dads out here. I'm talking about these real daddies out here that are willing to be a part of their kid's life, that can help you raise your child into the right path. It's like, nah, fuck. Those get pushed to the side. Like, no, a lot of these young men do need their fathers in their life, yo. Because what's crazy is I'm telling y'all the truth. Like, I had to fight. I fought mostly boys in school. Like, don't touch me. Don't sit here and try to spank my butt or roll the little towel that you had in your hand and then whoosh, hit me in the ass with that. Yo, I'm like, no, man, nigga, I'm swinging. What you thought I was? A little pole you could just sit here and slap? Like, no, nigga. Like, I was wild in high school. Like, no, don't play with me. I was the little girl you could not play with. And I took everything serious.
Because I told the truth.
What you tell?
I told Andre that was not Lamon's baby. Because that's what Lamont.
That ain't your place.
Let me tell. Wait a minute, Sugar. You gonna calm yourself down?
Oh shit! He said that's not your place. Wait, Shannon, she's a female. Females talk. Like, it no matter how hard we want to hold a secret, sometimes it just comes out like, oops, did I say that? We be sounding like Steve Urkel sometimes, yo. Real shit.
Okay. Do you see Shannon losing himself with that? You gotta back that up, Shannon. Let me tell you something. Okay. I'm a person for right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if you tell me something and you say, Monique, I've done something to somebody, but don't say nothing. Shannon, I'm going to need you to fix that. Because if you don't fix it, I'm going to have to tell that because it's wrong. So when she tells me this is not his baby, but I'm going to tell him it's his baby, I can't let you do that. That's not right. Wow. So what I stand for is right.
Yo, what's crazy is a lot of y'all about to get mad on what I'm saying is a lot of females do that. And Monique's not wrong. That shit's not right. Like me, I'm somebody that goes by my morals, yo. And if something goes against my morals, I don't like. I react in a way like, yo, I can't do this. Like this goes against everything I believe in. How can you have a man believing that this is their child, knowing damn well that you played him and it's somebody else's child? It's messed up, and we can never get an answer to that. But a lot of these women do it, are doing it, and have been doing it. And that's the most messed up part about it is when you see somebody covering for it. Now that's when you see that's picking a side. Would you want it done to you? What's crazy is, yo, when you pull a you on somebody, they hate it. It's like it's crazy. Like, hold up. Let me cover up for him. He just had a baby with another chick down the street. What's the difference? I'm sorry to say it, but what's the difference? You covered up this being his son. That's more hurtful. That's not his son. Now he's raising somebody else's son and taking the shit from you, and this is somebody else's kid.
And I think where we run into a problem in our community, in our group, we get so caught in, well, that's not your place, but you see wrong happening, right? So when you see wrong happening, what you do? Do you just stand?
Blessings, antisocial. Blessings, how you doing?
Stand back and say, that ain't my business? Or do you look and say, well, I knew that wasn't his baby. Now the baby 21 years old and he's trying to find his father. What you gonna do? I'm asking you, what you gonna do?
Well, honestly, Monique, if somebody say, well, Shannon, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you this in confidentiality, and I don't want to go any further than me, you, and this table.
Yes.
It stays with me, him, and the table.
Well, let me say this, because I'm going to go back and forth with your ass, okay? I would say, before you tell me, did you hurt somebody?
Yeah, okay, yes.
Before you tell me, is this something that would make me question your character? Before you tell me, you got to be clear about what you get ready to tell me. Because if you're getting ready to tell me something, and I know that you've done something wrong, I know that you're wrong, and I not say anything. That's why people are allowed to keep harming people for years to come. See Harvey Weinstein?
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of people that knew what was happening.
But they felt it wasn't their place.
It wasn't their place. Them. Right, until it becomes you.
Yo, I'm so glad she said that, because that's what I be telling so many people out here. For those of you out here that be saying, oh, that's not my child, that's not my problem. Guess what? You say that until the devil comes knocking at your door. Now you're out here asking for help and support. Like, let's make it make sense. It's not your problem until it's yours. Let's be real about stuff. Like I said it earlier. We're supposed to be right now more united, especially in prayer, for those that say they are religious, especially in prayer. But we're not. You know what's crazy? Shout out to Jennifer Lewis. She said, yo, take away their funds before they take away your sons. We've been giving them our sons and giving them our funds. We've been building caskets no bigger than 3 feet lying underground. But guess what? We also have blame for that, because we sitting here killing each other.
So I think the moment we get into a space, and I was in the 11th grade at the time, right. Okay? But when we get into a space where we say, listen, if I know you're doing wrong and I take a position that's not my place, eventually you will succumb to what you support.
What was your relationship with the young lady that told you this in confidentiality?
I'm not going to focus on, I was in 11th grade, now I'm 56. But when she told me, I told her, I'm going to tell. See, I'm that.
Damn, see, Shannon, you over here saying young lady. She 56. I knew I was right. I was about to Google it, man. She old enough to be my grandmama. Well, she old enough to be my mama. I'm not going to say grandmama. She old enough to be my mama. My mama, when she passed away, may she rest in peace, was, I think, 55. Yo. Shout out to Monique. She getting up there. And she's still standing tall.
I'm going to tell him what you said. So we clear. I'm going to tell him what you said, because
blessings, Lakin. How you doing? Blessings.
That's not right.
Oh my goodness, Mo.
See, I think that's the problem that we're.
You know what's crazy? I know what she's about to get into because I say this all the time. I prefer for you to tell me the truth than for you to lie to me. Yo, the one thing that heats me up in this world is me being lied to. I don't like to be lied to. I don't lie. Yo, I'm honest about everything. Now, if you want to say about little blue lies, little red lies, little white lies, however, whatever color you want to put to the lie when it comes to my kids until I'm ready to explain to them certain shit, all right. But what's the point of lying? Listen, growing up, every old head used to tell me you can't cover the sun with one finger. What is said in the dark comes out to the light, whether you like it or not. And a secret is not a secret if it's told between two people. So a lot of us that didn't listen to them old heads right now is bumping our heads and keep bumping it because we don't want to take the time to sit here and analyze. Yo, we've been talked to. We've been warned. We just didn't care.
Dealing with right now, Shannon.
Okay.
When we know something is wrong, everything Cat Williams said here and said,
Right.
we all know it to be the truth. However, we get so caught up in, well, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Well, can you believe he said it? Or can you?
Or it's the messenger.
It's the messenger, baby. We get so caught up in the messenger that we'll overlook the message. People have a hard time hearing a 5'5" giant tell the truth. People have a hard time with a Black woman over 200 pounds tell the truth, because people that look like us, we should just be grateful we got invited to the party.
Right.
We should just be grateful that someone paid us attention. I've dealt with that my whole life. I've dealt with that. So when you get to a space where you say, listen, I want to be free. I want to be free. I don't want to walk around intimidated, scared, fearful. What might happen? What they gonna what they gonna say? What they gonna do? If it's your story and it's the truth, tell it. Because what you can do is be in a position to prevent it happening to someone else over and over and over again. So if I go back to the level.
Yo, Monique right now is just backing me up on everything I've been saying throughout these past years. It's your truth. This is your story. This is your journey. Can't nobody tell you how to think, how to feel, what to say. They wasn't there. Speak your truth. People are going to talk regardless whether it's good or bad. They're going to talk. People have nothing better to do nowadays than just to sit here and criticize others. But guess what they cannot do? They cannot sit here and look into that mirror and tell themselves or ask the person looking back at them, what is it that you hate the most about yourself? What is it that is making you act the way that you're acting? What's going on? They can't ask why you don't love yourself enough. Why are you spreading so much hate?
7th grade with that sister who's no longer with us, rest her with that sister, I would do that again. Because if you tell me something and we know it's wrong, but you're going to pin that on somebody else, is that right?
Nope.
No, it's not right.
And what would your Aunt Mary do?
Man, Monique, I swear, Monique.
You're not answering my question. What would your Aunt Mary do?
Well, she gonna tell it because you gonna tell anything anyway. So they probably know not to tell her.
But that's why you love Aunt Mary, because Aunt Mary kept it in check. Even though you didn't want to tell her, she was gonna tell that baby, you know that's not your daddy.
Right.
We're not gonna play like that.
Facts.
You love Aunt Mary.
I do. The uniqueness of your name, M-O hyphen. Most of the time, Monique is a singular. It's not M-O hyphen. What was that like? Because people say, oh, you're trying to be different. You're trying to be bougie. You know good well you spell your name Monique like everybody else spells Monique.
I do. That's my stage name. When I'm not on stage, my name is M-O-N-I-Q-U-E. When I'm on stage, it's M-O, the little hyphen, N-I-Q-U-E. That's just entertainment.
Did you ever think about changing it to the hyphen?
No. On stage is one person. Off stage is somebody different. And sometimes we get the two mixed up.
Right.
On stage, I am an entertainer.
Right.
Off stage, I'm a wife. I'm a mommy.
Yo, this right here, this message that Monique is giving y'all is for all the mommies out here that keep telling their daughters, right? It's okay to look up for Cardi B because you ain't got to cook. You ain't got to clean. You ain't got to do nothing. Best way to get a man to just cheat and leave your ass. But guess what? These mommies are out here letting these celebrities that won't even let their own kids watch certain things or listen to their own music idolize. But oh, hey, that's what these parents want these kids to give respect to.
I'm a friend, I'm a sister, I'm these different people, but I keep that stage on the stage.
How much of stage is actually Monique?
That's good, Shay. That's good. All of the stage is Monique, but there are certain things Monique's going to say on stage that she wouldn't say off the stage. There are certain things on that stage. You know, there have been people that said, oh, she cussed so much. Oh, I'm a performer. Right. I'm an entertainer. And I'm
blessings be encouraged when Maritza. Listen, y'all, man, I don't care if Monique curse in her comedy stand. It's a comedy stand. Like, yo, she is funny when she's being a comedian to me. Like, I don't know about y'all, but to me, I haven't seen a lot of female comedians. And Monique, to me, is one of them female comedians that's funny as hell. Like, for real.
On stage. But no one will ever find an interview of me doing what I do on stage in an interview like I'm having with you. It's two different things.
Right.
Facts. It's like at home, right? You go, when you're at home, home is home. When you're at school, school is school. Like, I used to tell everybody, I didn't come to school to sit here and make friends. I didn't come to school to have fun. I came to school to learn. When I go to work, I don't come to have fun. I don't come here to sit down and just twirl my finger. Listen, man, if you don't got no work for me, I'm out. I can't be in them jobs where they say, oh, just sit here and just, no, man, no, I'm here to work. For all that I could sit at home and make some money at home. Like, I came here to work. And it's crazy because there's jobs out there that you're just standing there and you're just getting paid. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? It's crazy, easy ass jobs, but yo, there's loops to that. I'm telling y'all, there's loops to that because when the higher ups come, everybody else is doing something, but you're left out. I've been in them shoes, yo. That's why I listen, man. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I say here, I applied for a job, and I'm trying, like, yo, what do I gotta do? Just say here. I'm saying, I'm like, yo, I'm not doing nothing. Then you got a manager or a supervisor, you just can't stand there. You can't. But wait, this person, because there'd be like 3 to 4 managers you got to listen to before there's a supervisor. Like, for real, for real. I'm like, yo, man, I can't do this shit. Neither one of y'all can figure out which one is the boss. And I'm sitting here going crazy trying to figure out, do I listen to him or do I listen to you? Like, nah.
Right. What type of student was Monique? I read that you were in, I don't know if this is the correct way, but you were in the class that,
the slower one.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You had a couple.
Say it, baby. Now I want you to
go ahead. Cause listen, man, ain't no shame in that game. I was in that joint too. But see, it's like she's about to say she ain't wear that helmet. Listen, man, I'm tired of people making it seem. I was special ed included, which means I had all regular classes. And for that one class that I needed help with, which was math for me, I was taken out. They would help me. They would, tutor me. They would be there for the test for me and everything. So I had what you call special ed included. I was in regular classes. I was good in writing. I was good at reading. I was good at social studies. I was good at history. I was good at everything else. But when it came to that freaking math bull. So listen, man, there's no shame in that game. Somebody's bad at something and somebody's good at something. Like, there's always something that you're good at and there's always something that you're bad at. Like, if you sit here and judge somebody else, man, you show me how in this world you perfect. Tell me, show me. Now this is the time where I want to see your proof. I want you to show me that you are just as perfect as they say Jesus Christ is in that book. That you can sit here and you can walk on top of water without sinking. Please show me.
You want me to
spell it out?
How about this here?
Hey.
You got 2 naps. You had 2 recesses.
Okay.
You stayed in the same class.
Okay, but I did not wear a helmet.
Okay.
Now, since you want to go there, I did not have to wear that helmet, baby. So, yes.
Mon, as I sit here with you today, you didn't all of a sudden become this advanced. Why were you in that class?
I'm not going to play with you, Shannon. Okay, some of them damn words Kat was using, I was like, what?
I'm cracking up. But I did understand a lot of the words that Kat was using. Listen, man, I don't have the dictionary with me. It's been a minute and I have to stop. Listen, man, it's been a while since I picked up a dictionary. I pick up books here and there, but I'm going to be very honest. Yeah, she's right on that one. I understood a lot of the words, but some of them was like, what the is Cat Williams talking about? On some real shit, because it's been a minute and I got to touch back up. Like when you stop doing stuff for a while, it's like when I was writing my poems, I noticed that I have to sit here and really do a rough draft, then redo my poem, and it'll come out right. Because now I'm sitting here, I'm taking my time and I'm doing it right. So it's like you're not perfect. This is the crazy part. But she could have been like, not everybody that's in special ed is in a whole special ed class. Like I want people to realize there's different types of classes. They got the LD class, which is learning disability. People that have a hard time, reading, writing, with math and stuff like that. Then got the special ed class. Then they got what you call special ed included for people that have trouble, like I did, in one subject, which for me was math. And I'm not gonna lie, for those of you that like, oh no, listen, I had what you call dyslexia in math. And at first, when they said that to me, I was like, yo, you tripping. I know how to read. I know how to write. What you mean I got dyslexia? It's like, wait. When you're dyslexic, it is, I guess, is broken down in different categories. I'm not going to talk about it because to this day, I'm still a little confused. I'm like, listen, man, I'm smart as shit. The only thing I have a problem with is this goddamn division and this goddamn whatever the hell y'all got going on. But listen, other than that, like, I'm good. Like my addition, my subtraction, my multiplication is there. I'm good at geometry, but I'm bad when it comes to division. And if you don't get that division problem done when you're going to take them tests, guess what? You fail. Because math is the biggest percentage of that test. You fail that math, you got to keep going over and over again. It's crazy because I failed one year because of the math. Then I got back on track and they was going to put me in my proper grade. But guess what happened? A shorty was already lashing out and she got pregnant. And now it was time for shorty to come out because she couldn't battle with both at that time. She didn't have the proper support. I had to figure it out all on my own. But that's a topic for another day.
I said, oh, he's sucking it to him. I never connected with school. Because I always felt like it wasn't adding up. So when you're trying to teach me about the Boston Tea Party, but people that look like me is at the bottom of the boat, I can't connect to what you're saying. I never connected to, because I always felt like something was off. When they were teaching me about history, we were all.
And she not lying. For those of you that are older now, a lot of you have done your research, have went down the rabbit hole, or came back out the rabbit hole and been like, what did I just, what? I know I didn't just see this. I know I ain't, yeah, that's how it is. Like, we had questions. I'm not falling for this. I'm not falling for that. And I used to sit here, and people were like, are you talking to? No, it's just that what you just said didn't make sense to me. I can't comprehend what you're saying. It's not logical. Somewhere along this line, you're lying to me. So now I have to sit here and ask myself a whole bunch of questions. No, I'm not crazy. Yes, I'm talking to myself, but it's because I'm asking me all the questions that I need to sit here and research because now you are not making sense. Man, it's crazy. We could really talk about this. Like I said, the link is down there.
Always the savages, and we were always the bad people, and then you saw these white people be all the heroes. And as a little girl, I said something's not adding up. So I don't look at that as a bad thing.
Guys, the link is down there for anybody that wishes to come up, give their opinions, give their perspectives, talk about it. Hit the link. If you want me to drop the number, I'll drop a number and you can just call and we can talk about it. Listen, man, I know a lot of people have questions. Shout out to Let's Talk with Love. I was watching her this morning, like she said, she wanted to know, what is the universe? Like, why is it that a lot of people want to sit here and thank the universe? Like, you hear others thank God, and then you hear others, you got to give thanks to the universe. And then you hear others, you got to thank God and you got to thank the universe at the same time. And I'm like, but it could be because, others some believe in the Big Bang Theory. Some believe in even the book. Listen, man, so many theories I can go with this. And this is not a topic I get mad at. I learned different things and new things throughout each and every conversation with the people that I have conversations with. Like, hey, I can't get mad. Everybody come up with their own conclusions, their own opinions.
I just didn't connect with it. It made no sense to me.
So you never had a problem with the learning, but the disconnect was what they was teaching.
That's not a bad idea, Riaz. You could do the ancestry. Go ahead. It's not a bad idea.
And what you actually saw, you like, what you teaching me is not what I actually see.
You know what, Shannon? It's a combination.
Okay.
It was a combination. Okay. I wasn't grasping it and I didn't believe it. So it's a combination. And when you have a child that is full of energy and is sitting in a classroom that is closed in all day long, and you're trying to tell me all that I'm not, it just did not add up to me. It just did not make sense to me. So there's no shame to it. When people say, was you in a soul class? Yeah. You know, we colored.
So when you,
hey, baby, we colored. But don't overlook what you don't think is the package supposed to be. See, when we come back to the messenger, nobody thought that I would be. And I'll go to my family. Like nobody thought, not the fat one. She's not going to be the one, not her. So I've been used to.
That's crazy though, but she made it. No school, no nothing. That's because she believed in something and she fell for nothing. And that's the crazy part. Believe it or not, right now, if you do things the right way and learn how to humble yourself and get this bread stacked up and stuff like that, you can start your own business. Buy a couple houses, flip them, rent a couple houses. You can start your own, do a whole lot of stuff if you really focus. A lot of us can't really do that. Like, it's not about having a piece of paper, a diploma saying you graduated and you are an expert in this. No, that's not always needed. In certain cases, you can. How far, you could put you make the mind reach. Blessings, Riaz. How you doing? Wait, you sound a little staticky. You sound very staticky. Wow, you sound like a robot right now. You're gonna have to go back out and come back in. You have to fix your mic. You have to fix your mic, young Riaz. But yeah, while young Riaz fix his mic and stuff like that, let's keep listening. Like I told y'all, I want to hear what y'all say. Y'all gotta say. Y'all can come up if y'all want to, or y'all can leave y'all comments down below in the chat.
To people doubting and counting me out. And for me, as that little girl, it's like one day, and that one day is right here.
Yo, hey, blessings, Riaz.
Hey, any better now?
Yeah, you sound way better now.
Okay, yeah. I totally get what you mean, though. Yeah, for me, them teachers are very surprised about me when they asked, questions related like work or business and stuff. And I gave them answers and everything, though, that they didn't expect. They were like very surprised I knew so much.
And that's how it be. Like, these teachers don't expect for these kids to know so much. And when you ask questions,
No, it's not that, though. It's not like that, though. No, it's just that, no, it's not like that with my teachers. No, they expect that. They knew how smart I was. It's just that they didn't know that I know that.
Okay, you got some of those. That's a good teacher. That means that's a teacher that has a passion for her job.
Mm-hmm.
But there's teachers out there that don't even know the answer. And I'm going to be very honest. A lot of them have cheat codes, little cheat thingies. Like, they got the answer sheets. There you go. That's what it's called, an answer sheet for everything they do. On how to create a test, how if the kid got it right or wrong, they have an answer sheet. They don't actually know the answer. That's the crazy part. I'm sitting here, I'm like, why are you teaching if you don't know what you're teaching? Like, I've been through it before. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, what? Like, why is you in this field? Like, if you're better at math, why are you teaching reading? And if you're good at reading, why are you teaching math? Like, it's the whole complete opposite of the field that you should. Like, what? Listen, man, it's crazy. But that's how it be.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you do have some teachers that really don't know nothing. And that's what Monique was talking about. We've had a lot of those while we was growing up. And what's crazy is now in this era, we got a lot of them too, because I've seen it with my kids, having to go to the schools and stuff like that. And I'm seeing him like, you getting your answers from an answer sheet. You don't even know this history answer. You're just basically going by whatever they're telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you teaching for?
Even your family. So how was your family? How was your brothers and sisters? Because I mean, look, we joke. I mean, I got a brother and sister, and we joke with each other, and I can imagine if the situation were if one of us was in those class, oh, we gonna get them jokes off, Monique. It is what it is.
No one paid enough attention.
Really?
Like no one paid enough attention, because though we lived in a household together, we were very individual. So no one even paid attention to what was really going on, and to include my parents. And that's not a victim story. That's not, oh, what was me? It's just what it was. So it wasn't like, oh, you dummy. The jokes were always fat. They were always fat jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So I'm so used to that. But
are you the only one in your family this
baby, the only one that sneaks snacks. I'm the only one that'll sneak.
She said, I'm the only one that'll sneak a snack. And I've never been, a sweet person. But I
Okay, I've kind of done that anyway. A few times I get caught, a few times I haven't, though. They banter on that anyway. And plus, though, sometimes I do this as well. Late night when I'm in my bedroom, when everyone else is asleep, I grab my phone out and use it. So, like, when everyone is sleeping, I'm using my phone. So I have to be very careful, because, a few times I get caught, and I've gotten caught, and my mom was like, what are you doing at this time?
Shit. I just bored. I can't sleep, Mom. But yeah, that's how it be though. Like, but yeah, I've never been a sweets person, but I'm gonna tell you, I will sit here and dog up some chocolate. That's my favorite out of all the candies. I'm not a sweets person, so I got all my teeth.
Snack, Shannon.
Right.
I'm the only one. Yes.
So what would you say your relationship then and now was with your family?
Well, my relationship now with my family, they're my biological family, and I wish them well. Well, here's the thing. I watched you do I think it was like a little clip, and they were talking about interracial dating.
Yes.
And you said, why would somebody stay where they're miserable?
Right.
That applies everywhere, Shannon. Okay. It just doesn't apply to that, especially in our community. We've been taught, take care of your family, make sure. Well, there are some families that deserve it. And there are some families that you have to say, listen, I'm so glad we had this time together. And that's it. Yeah. That's where I am with mine. I wish all of them the best, but that's what it is. Yeah. So even as I sit here with you now, with all that's going on in Hollywood and all of the stuff I had to go through, I've already been through it with people that you call.
It's crazy. I can relate to that. And I don't know how many people are in the chat, and how many people that catch the replay can sit here and say they relate to that. Because listen, I'm gonna be very honest. Very honest. I get tired of hearing people say, oh, that's your family. You got to keep giving them a chance. No, listen, man. Like, I keep my family at a distance. The majority of my family I don't talk to, because I didn't meet them until after I was in my mid-20s. So I don't really know y'all. And what y'all showing me, to me, shows me that I don't need to be around y'all. And I don't need people in my life that's going to sit here and stop my future. And what I mean by that is hold me back. I've been through enough of that. Like sometimes, whether it's a family member or it's a friend, you have to learn how to walk away. It doesn't matter how much it hurts, because sometimes, you listen, I wanted to get to know you better, or, I really messed with you. Like, damn, how could you do this? We grew up together. No, you cannot keep giving them opportunity after opportunity, because where you at now? People don't realize that part. Not all family is, how can I say, good family. There is bad family, there's good families, and there's sometimes, family that you could deal with, but you got to deal with a distance. Blessings, Nate the Great. Blessings, how you doing? So I cannot sit here and say that I agree with that part. Whoa, hold on one second. I can't sit here and agree with that, because at the end of the day, right, I grew up in a dysfunctional family, right? I could sit here and I could honestly admit that. But I also got the chance to see other families, like, from people that I dealt with, people that I hung with. And I've seen how, they've also had dysfunctional families. But then I've also seen the ones that have had, good families. Like, it's just crazy that I could sit here and say, I know, and I could sit here and I could say, I know what it feels like to go into somebody's home and be welcomed and made feel like your family. So I've always went by water has been thicker than blood. I've been criticized for it. I've gotten lashback for it, but that's how I feel. That's what I think.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, that's what I've seen. That's what I've been shown. Like, I've had people out here that are not blood sit here and reach out and pull me from drowning waters. Where my family at? Growing up, where was these people that say, "Oh, I love you, I got your back," but you're showing me something different? It's like, I'm gonna put this as an example, right? When before my mom passed away, I didn't know my family. There was nobody there. It was just me, my mom, my brothers, and my sisters. It was us against the world, right? And that asshole, that she had for husband, I'm sorry to say it, but that's what he is. He's a monster, nothing more. Freddy. That's what she had for her husband, Freddy Krueger. So, um, after he left our lives, it was just me, her, and my brothers again, and my sisters. Growing up, like, where the hell was y'all at when we needed y'all as kids? Now that she's dead, y'all want to sit here and dictate how I should be, how I should behave, how I should talk? Listen, like I told them, respect is earned. Respect is not given. I don't care who the head of the family is. I've never met y'all before. To me, y'all are strangers. There's no connection. There's no feelings. There's no nothing. For the simple fact that I've never met y'all a day in my life till now, the day that my mother passed away. Don't sit here and tell me respect when you ain't give it to me. You don't come to me thinking that because y'all, this person's family, that y'all can sit here and treat us however y'all treated each other. It don't go that way. My family is my family. I made my family. And even though I had my own family, I still stood there and helped my mother. And not once did I see y'all. So y'all can't sit here and tell me y'all my family. Then y'all got the nerve to sit here and judge the people that I call family? Don't do that. Oh, I can't be with this person. Why? Oh, you can't be dating this person. Why? When they noticed that the father of my daughter was black, all the shit that they talked, and I'm saying here, I'm like, do you know what runs through your through your veins? You have nothing but Jamaican and African blood running through your veins, and you want to sit here and tell me I can't have a baby by a black man? Who the you think you are? No, respect is earned, not given. So not all family you can sit here and say, "Oh, I could stay with or I could do this," because not all family deserves that from you. Not all family deserves your all for you to keep giving your all and they just keep mistreating and abusing you. People just hear the word family, and because it's family, you got to keep giving second chances and third chances. No, I see life like a baseball game. You got three strikes, and if you hit that third strike, you're out. I hit that home run and you're out. That's just crazy, and that's how it's gotta be. And it took me a minute to realize that, and I learned it with my own family because a while back, a lot of you know that I had to sit here. Like, I got the news, my brother got hit with the train, blah blah blah. He passed away, right? Like, I don't want to get into details because it's still a topic that when I talk about it, I still cry. We're not, you see where I'm coming from, like so. At the end of the day, it's kind of like, yo, I was trying to get him help, but how could I help him? No matter how much blood ran through our veins, no matter how much of the same blood ran through our brains, and that's my brother. We're not half brothers. We're not, how can I say, like, that's not my step brother. That was my brother from mother and father. My other siblings, they're my half siblings. We don't have the same father. But this one that passed away, we were like this. Same mother, same father. We was the closest. We defended each other. We rocked out for each other. So like I tell people, like, yo, not all family deserves for you to sit here, because when I try to do it, I had to learn. I had to sit here and say to myself, why did I put that shield down? Because these people don't even know me from a can of paint, and they want to sit here and dictate my life, tell me what to do and how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. It don't go like that. Y'all was never there. Show me that I could how can I say, show me that y'all have earned my respect, that I can give you my respect. I'm not just going to give you my respect after I've been beaten, torn down, misused, and abused. We're not doing that. Why? Because at the end of the day, the family that you're sitting here talking shit about, it's the family that's been here taking hit after hit to see me still stand here. The family that's being my backbone right now in order for me to stand tall and still talk to the world and fight for what I'm fighting for and what I believe in. Y'all wanted to walk in my life and run my life. It don't go like that at all. So I understand exactly where Monique is coming from. And what's crazy is everybody thinks because you hear the word family, everything is no. Not every family is perfect. Not every family is, how can I say it, roses and stars. Like, it's not like that. Some families are very dysfunctional to the point where the one that's right there, they got the common sense. If they don't walk away, they're gonna be dragged.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't switch back. There we go. But yeah, so Monique has a good point right there, and I want y'all to know, listen, man, if you are like that and you feel like you like the ugly duckling, I'm gonna call it, of the family, and you've been busting your ass and your family's been bringing you down, listen, man, you ain't gotta listen to them people out there telling you you have to because it's family. No, I could treat them from a distance. I could love them from a distance. I ain't gotta be right there. Like, for people to tell me, you need your sister, that's your sister. I don't need her. Listen, I'm the oldest out of all of us, and I took care of them my whole life. How come I got the other two on track and that one right there, I will never let in my life again because she's the reason why my two kids suffered. I forgave her, but she's not welcomed in my life. Now, her coming back into my life is going to trigger something that y'all don't want. So it's messed up to say that sometimes you got to kill a family member even though they still alive. And I hope that don't go over people's heads. What I'm trying to say is, to me, they did. Like, I could care less about what they go through or what happens to them.
Your family. And I have to say, you know what? That has to just wash off when I know what I'm standing in and what I'm standing on.
You're absolutely right, Monique. My grandmother used to always tell us, she'd say, son, teeth and tongue may fall out, but family never should.
Mm-hmm.
And she stood on that. No matter what transpired in the family, no matter how bad someone had treated you, you should never fall out.
But that's the problem. That is the problem. No matter how bad they treat you, no. You want to know why a lot of the family members are look at me like, because I spoke up. I'm a survivor. And at the end of the day, regardless of anything, even when my mama was wrong in the situation, the love of a daughter, which I was to her, because I still this day I tell people I don't know if she really did love me. I mean, I seen it at times, but then at times I'm like, but I could sit here and tell you that I had love of a daughter for my mom. Like, all I wanted was her love and affection. But to sit here and keep getting dragged, when I had my kids, I learned that I had to walk away because now my kids are suffering. You know what I learned? I learned that stepping away from where I was getting hurt at, walking away and picking myself up so that I could be there for my two kids. And at the time I didn't have my daughter, I learned that I was doing better. When I came back, my kids were suffering. I couldn't figure out how to get out of a depression. No, just because they family doesn't mean they good for you. Not everybody that rides for you is there for you. They could be riding for you and hating on the low. Can't wait to see your downfall. Nothing but leeches. Waiting for you to sit here and just crash. And then sit here and pick up the pieces saying, oh no, I did this. If it wasn't for no. See, that's the problem. Y'all want us to get stepped on. Y'all want us to get abused. No, why we gotta take it? I stood up. I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't going to let this man keep doing what he was doing to me. And I was young. It didn't feel right. It wasn't right. So at the end of the day, y'all can sit here and y'all can miss me with that BS. I'm learning. I'm trying my best to not curse. I'm getting there. So family is not always good for you. For everybody out there that's saying, "Oh, you came out that wound. They blood is running through your veins." I don't care. This is my
Agree.
family. The family I created is my family. My mama was my family. They was her family. They're not mine's. They was her family. And they wasn't even good family because good family would have been there helping her when she was going through her worst. You know who picked her up? Her kids. Why did her kids have to pick her up when she had family? Why did her kids have to suffer when she had family? Where's the family? Let's make it make sense. All right. So people that say that shit, y'all can miss me with the BS. Real shit, I'm serious.
Loud. But hearing you say that, that's different, because just because we're blood, that doesn't mean we're family through blood. But sometimes it's somebody on the outside that's not blood that's actually closer to family than the actual biological.
We've been taught to say trauma is okay.
No, it's
We've
not
been
okay.
taught to say you mistreated me, you abused me, you violated me, you disrespected me, you belittled me, but I'm supposed to look at you at Thanksgiving and say, "How you doing, Unc?"
No.
That's what we've been taught. You swallow that pain. That's why people have such a problem with Cat Williams. People,
and she's speaking facts.
Mhm.
It's like the people that sit here and tell me, "Oh, you gotta forgive your sister." Let me tell y'all something, right? May God forgive my sister because I forgave her. I just can't have her in my life, right? Now, if she's looking for any type of holy forgiveness or anything, she can go to the man upstairs that allegedly created us. You want to know why? Because I'm sick and tired of praying to God. I'm sick and tired of praying to Him for her. Because at the end of the day, my sister is sick in the head. Maybe she probably got herself together. But you know what's crazy? Too late. I can't let a girl that sat here and screamed raped, lying on the father of my kids because he said no and she wanted something he wasn't going to give to her. But now
Mhm.
he had to go sit here and deal with that jacket, try to get off of it, and before all that, caught up in an addiction. So at the end of the day, y'all not making sense. Not making sense at all. Y'all telling me to let back a woman into my life that sits here and he wasn't the only one. She screams rape every time she don't get her way with a man. So y'all telling me, "Oh, that's your family. Put your two little boys at risk. One day she might get mad at one of your sons and say, he tried to rape me." I'm sorry to say it, but that's the facts. They don't change. Women like that don't change.
Mhm.
Like, don't change. If you've seen it once and you've seen them do it twice, you've seen them do it 3 times, you've seen them do it 4 times, what the fuck makes you think they're going to change a 5th time?
Mhm. I agree, though. I agree with
How many
you.
men do we have to see locked up for her to change? She's a
Yeah.
sexual deviant. So no, I'm not letting that near my kids. I don't give a if her blood runs through my veins. And in reality, her blood don't run through my veins. You know how it is? Because she's younger than me, and the only thing we share is a mother. My blood runs through her veins. I'm sorry to say it, her blood don't run through my veins.
Mhm.
Half of it, because the other half is not mine. It's messed up to say, but it's the facts. That's a half a sibling. And I'm not saying that don't
That's
care because
stupid.
it's a half a sibling. What I'm trying to say is that half a sibling could have been more of a sister to me, but was never a sister to me. So I'm
Right.
sitting here and saying that even though I raised all of them, the ones that I sit here and call family, it's the one that passed away. It's the other one that sat here and called me mom until I was 17 years old. She called me mom and she was my sister. That little girl, when I was 10 years old, I was walking around and people was like, "That's your daughter?" No. It's just that my mom was in and out. My mom, listen, I don't know where the hell my mom was half the time, but I took care of my siblings. I raised them. I fed them. I taught them. They learned how to read and write because of me. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear nobody say shit to me. For those that say, "Oh, your mom's family," they're not my family. They was her family. Why? Because of a last name. I carry my daddy's last name. I'm a Santiago. She's a Rodriguez. I deny. I rebuke that name. I'm sorry. I'm a Santiago. I carry my daddy's last name, and my kids carry my daddy's last name. I don't use the Rodriguez. I don't care. Because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, Y'all try to like it's like I tell people, like y'all the same people that try to get me to hate a man that I never met in my life. And that's the man that I should never hate because he brought me into this world. The seed he planted into my mama is right here. Why y'all mad? Sorry to say it, young Riaz. I mean, I didn't mean to get a little, adult on you, little rated R real quick, but it's the
Man,
truth.
it's all right, though. I'm already used to it. I don't mind.
But I'm tired of people now. Like, people don't make sense no more at all. And that's the crazy, and that's the best example. I'm not using nobody's example. I'm using mine's. It's the best example I could, use right now. Like Monique is speaking facts. She's spitting them gems. We got what? Another. I said we're gonna play like 30 minutes of it. We're in 19 minutes of this. We got another 10 minutes. No. Yeah, another 10 minutes. Then if anybody wanna come up, y'all can come up, y'all can talk. Y'all can give y'all opinions and give y'all perspectives and we could talk about it. If not, we could end the live and do a part 2 and do the same thing. But let's get to it real quick. Let's get back on. Let's get back on the topic and let's hear what Monique got to say.
Who have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. And that causes a ruckus. And you would say, why are people upset with the truth? When you hear Steve Harvey say there are repercussions when you tell the truth. Well, remember when we were children, what would your grandmother tell you?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, because if not, there will be what? Repercussions. Right. Well, now it's got turned around. When you tell the truth, there'll be repercussions. So what's the opposite of that? Should I tell a lie and get a reward? So that's how we're rolling right now. That's how.
And she's not lying. I ain't have my grandmama tell me that, but I was raised in these streets. I was raised by these old heads, right? And when I mean old heads, is what I mean is people in their 50s and up. The ones that would pull me by my ear and be like, yo, what you doing? Why you doing this? And sit me down and have advice. And even though I would be like, I don't want to hear this shit, I would listen. Like, I was mad, yeah. Like, y'all just caught me cutting school. You just caught me. Wow, it's always got to be. But you know what? Better them than my mom. Because my mom acted like she didn't care.
Okay,
But they
that
advice
makes
to me.
sense though. That makes sense though. My mom does the same thing, want me to tell the truth. And even if I don't tell the truth, she knows I'm lying either way. She can tell I'm lying.
Yeah. And that's how I could tell when my kids are lying. Because I had real old heads. Like, I didn't have a grandmama. I had these old heads out here in these streets. These older lady with, storm looking type of hair. The type of hair that I'm trying to get myself to have. Like, it's like a darkish, silverish gray or probably real shiny white on top with the black on the bottom. Yeah, them type of old heads with wisdom and stuff like that. Like, yo, they would sit here and pull me by my ear. Like, I had a lot of them tell me a whole bunch of phrases that I didn't get until I bumped my head. Every time I would bump my head, a phrase would come up. Like, I'm like, yo, why did I not listen back then?
Yeah, that makes sense. My mom's one effective technique that always works with me is she says, I'm not going to speak to you, or I'm not going to care for you. The moment she said that I don't care, or the moment she said I ain't going to talk to you, is the moment I actually realize what's up. Because she can shout at me as much as she wants, though. She don't have to put hands, though. She can just basically just distance herself from me, and I'm going to learn.
That's a fact. But see,
Not for too long, though. For a few hours, though. A few hours, though. She'd do that. Or for a few hours, she'd do that, and then I'd get back to, I get sense then. She won't do that for too long.
Yeah, but see, I was a baby having a baby. It was way different for me. I was first, I had to learn how to be a mother because I was being a friend to my son. People don't realize that because I was a baby having a baby. When they say age don't matter, that it ain't nothing but a number. Yeah, that's true when it comes to relationships over 20. Don't sit here and say that when there's a 21 and a 16-year-old. Age does matter and is a big factor. So it's so much stuff that, that a lot of people was trying to fix. These old heads was trying to get together, but they passed away. And right now we don't have no real old heads. We don't have no G's out here. Like, these gangsters are wanksters. Like, I'm sorry to say it, there's no real gangsters out here. They wanksters, and now they all, before it used to be no women, no children. Now it's women, children, granddaddies, grandmoms, and everything else that comes. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with one another right now. So when it comes to family and people saying, oh, Monique, how could you? Listen, I want to live the rest of this journey that I have in peace. I want to be with my family, in love with my man, he in love with me. We watch our babies grow and develop their own families. I don't need anything in the midst of that, because you family, that I should accept that trauma. I should accept you not taking accountability for what you've done, what you've said, and we just washed the slate. That's why we're in the position we are now as a community, as a Black community, as a community in entertainment. Everybody's been so afraid to say, look what they did to me. Look what they said. And it's like, oh, well, listen now, we don't want to ruffle no feathers, especially if the messenger doesn't fit what people should think the messenger is supposed to look like.
Right.
And we keep repeating history, Shannon.
Is it a situation, Monique, where people look and say, well, you made it thus?
Another example I'm gonna put, guys, right? It's like when they say, oh, a mother is not capable of harming a child. Sure, we know a mother shouldn't be capable of harming a child, because a mother's love should be, strong, beyond anything, right? But there are mothers out here that can harm a child and have harmed a child. But people can't get through their heads that, yes, a woman that has been a mother, can become a mother, can harm a child. Just because she's a mother doesn't mean she's not going to harm this child. All mothers feel like, listen, man, I have a poem, right? And Monique, like, I'm gonna say it right here, and then I'm gonna play the the last little bit of what Monique is saying. Like me, I wrote a poem down. It says "Love of my mother," and I don't know how many mothers feel the way I do, right? But this is how I feel, me being a mother, right? This poem is called "Love of a Mother," and it says, let me move this away from the laptop, because if not, it'll turn it off. It says, damn, no one will ever understand the love I have for you is no one will ever understand. The love I have for you is unconditional. You mean the world to me, my darling. But being together was a painful decision. They told me I had to choose between you and me. But know that I will always choose you, baby. I'd give my last breath if I have to, because the love I have for you is true. So many emotions, tears I shed for you, but they were tears of happiness, my child. When I first met you, my heart melted. The world would never understand my love so wild. So, my darling child, I thank God every day for giving me the best blessing come my way. I am proud to be your mother. My heart swells with a love that forever in my soul dwells. So many emotions, tears I shed for you, but they were tears of happiness, my child. When I first met you, my heart melted. The world would never understand my love so wild. My love for you, my child, is everlasting. Through every challenge, I will keep on fighting. I'll cherish every moment, every smile, every tear, for you are my greatest joy, my baby so dear. I'm glad I chose you over my last breath. Bearing you, my child, was painful but worth it. Loving you is the easiest thing in this world, but letting go of you, oh, it's the hardest I've felt. So this is a poem that I wrote when I had to let go, when the whole situation with my son happened, when I went to court, we signed the papers, he got adopted with his aunt and stuff like that. But just because I know that he's safe with his aunt doesn't take the fact that I was with my child 17 years of his life. I wiped them tears, I put him to bed, I fed him, like I taught him, I read to him, I was there when he had them nightmares. So at the end of the day, that love of a mother is not going to go nowhere, because I'm always want to protect him, whether he's here or there. So I don't know, how can mothers hurt kids? How can a mother harm a child? But yes, a mother can harm a child.
Yeah, the biggest love is also the biggest trigger, so I can understand that.
And that's crazy
Then
because
not physically that they could hurt them as well. They can also emotionally hurt them if they say that, you know what, I'm not gonna talk to you. Do you know what the child's gonna do? They're gonna cry. I've exploded crying though when my mom says that I don't want to talk to you. The moment she says that I don't want to talk to you is the moment I explode into tears though. I wouldn't stop crying when she said that.
yeah, because it hurts. Like, and people don't get it. I was a child too, and like I keep saying time after time, and I don't get tired of repeating it. What I was looking for was love and affection. But my mom didn't have an easy life. So I can sit here and honestly say that I don't think my mom loved herself enough to sit here and love us the way she should have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm grown and I could kind of understand things now, but back then I didn't. And a lot of these kids don't understand. So for people to keep trying to get these kids to say, "Oh, you got to take the abuse," no, because there's a lot of people out here that would treat you and make you feel like you're a part of their family, make you feel like they could be your mom or your dad or your auntie or your uncle, and they'll rock with you for the rest of your life. Been there, done that. Seen people go through it too. Like it's crazy to say, but we don't got no more G's, no more old heads out here no more. But there's still people out here with that type of heart. And it's crazy that you have to keep your shield up until you really see who people are. Because after a while, people show you their true colors, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Far, well, it couldn't have been that bad, because if it has been as bad as you say it is, Monique, how would you have ever gotten out of Be More? How would you have ever gotten into Hollywood? How would you ever have a talk show? How would you ever be on a sitcom? So how is it that bad, Monique, and you end up like this?
You know, when you first got in the NFL,
yes, ma'am,
your eyes were like this.
Yes.
And it was, oh, I made it. I'm here.
Right.
And then after you start getting in it and you started seeing things and you started feeling things and now your eyes start getting a little closer because now you're understanding what the business is.
Right.
So when you first walk through the door, you're walking through the door saying, come on, baby. Oh, this is all I've ever prayed for. And when my baby Cat Williams sat here and said, no one's ever gone out to LA and got a sitcom like that. I was in LA for 3 months. And here comes a show called The Parkers. And there we go from there. It took off from there. So I think that when people say if it was so bad, you mature. You begin to understand what you're dealing with.
Right.
You begin to understand what you're in the midst of. And once you understand it is when you can speak on it.
Right.
But before you really know what you're looking at, how do you speak on that?
Right.
Because when you first walk in,
like people want you to talk on things that you don't even know about. That's why I don't hit all topics, but I speak on topics that I know that I can speak on because I've done my research, because I've sat here and looked through what I had to look through before I talked. Or if I'm not talking about something that has nothing to do with me, what I'm talking about is because I've been through it, been there, saw it, experienced it. Like this, she is spitting some gems, yo. Like I gotta watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna watch it with y'all. So we're gonna do a little more. Like I said, I'm about to hit the 30-minute mark soon. We're at 22:36. And then probably later on.
That's the thing is as well with her is, she can take as much money as possible, and then she's already hit a point where it's like, it's basically it's like the price of your soul anyway, though. She probably just hit that point where it's like, I ain't risking that no more. She just like, that's why she just don't care no more. Because before it's just like, okay, you know what? I'm collecting money. Later, it's just like, doesn't mean, I'm sure she probably hit a point like, am I really happy like that though?
Yeah, but she been got to that point. It's just that nobody was listening. Now people listening.
No, I know that.
No, that's the crazy part. It just took for her. She kept going and she kept going. That's why I be telling people. It's like when I was doing the petition for the cameras, even though I don't have the amount of signatures that I want, right? I'm still going at it. Every time I get a chance, I don't have as much time as I want to sit here and do the petition thing. But like right here on my chat box, if people look up, they'll see the petition. I'm going to have the link to it every time I get on my lives. There's going to be a link there to my email. There's going to be a link to the petition. There's going to be a link for you to join the live if you wish to. So y'all have the opportunities, to help a shorty out whichever way y'all want to help a shorty out with. Y'all can leave the comments down there below. Y'all can share a video. Y'all can like it. Y'all can dislike it. But at the end of the day, I get to hear I get to hear y'all perspectives and stuff like that. And that's the whole point of this, because I am somebody that, does community work for my community. I sit here and I help my community. And if y'all got some advice that can help me, why not? But my whole point of this is like the petition. At first, it wasn't going nowhere, and I had to keep going and had to keep going and to keep going until I'm almost at, I don't even know how many signatures there. I'm trying to get to 500, but look, I'm already going on 4 years with this petition. And it's like people don't care about what's going on in a school system. You know who's starting to sign it? The people that are actually starting to go through it. Shout out to all those that signed the petition, right? And they signed it because they know they're going to make a difference if we can come together and unite. We're not going to do nothing separated. Like I said in the beginning of this live, we're in a time where we're supposed to be united. If anything, united in prayer, for especially for those that say they're religious. United in prayer, but we're divided. What are we going to conquer divided? If anything, united, we can conquer, because divided, we're crumbling all the way.
Yeah, I guess the only difference is though, is, you know, them people say they're religious. I know I'm religious, but the only thing is that the problem is that them people is me trying. Oh, that's it. It's because they believe, but at the same time they don't feel it though. I was like that during my childhood. I believed, and I just believed for the sake of believing. Later, when I got to 13, that's when I actually started believing for me though. You know, you're supposed to feel it as well though. You know, it's not just you can practice it, but at the same time, you practice something and you don't believe it, then.
That's a fact, young Rios. That's a fact.
No, because the problem is that the
In the
religious
boo of
people,
house.
they're just believing because it's for the sake of it, though. They just believe, you know, since they grew up with fear, that's the only thing they know. So they're just going like that. And that's why I always give props to the people who convert, the reverts or converts to my faith. I give them more props than actual people who are born with it, because I see them practicing better than me.
Facts. Hold on one second. Let me play this real quick while I do this.
Hollywood, you have everybody telling you, oh my goodness, you're going to be amazing. Oh my goodness, this is going to be incredible. Well, that's all you know.
That is all you know.
Yes.
But you're so happy to be here.
Yes.
And you're like, okay.
When I listen to your story, you say dirt poor.
Yes.
Bathroom outside.
Yes.
It was, we had to make it work however we can make it work.
Correct.
And then you get that first big check.
Yes.
And you think the people that gave it to you is awesome because they gave it to you. And it's more money than you've ever seen before, until you find out this ain't the right money. This ain't the right amount. Wait a minute. If they got this, why am I getting this? Then you start putting the pieces together and you start saying, it's not right, and I'm going to speak about it. See, when I saw Taraji broken on those platforms, it was painful to watch. However, Taraji and I had a conversation over a decade ago.
Yes.
In my trailer when I was doing the Monique show. And she said, you know, you got to keep on getting it until your turn comes. And I said, Taraji, most of us die before our turn comes. We got to ask for it right now. Now, I understand.
And that's true. If you remember back in the days, every old head would say, listen, man, closed mouths don't get fed. If you want something, you got to demand it. You got to speak up.
That because there was a time I felt the same way.
Exactly.
Because that's what I was told.
Right.
You just keep going and we'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. And the next time never comes. And then you see our sister broken, sitting on those platforms. Now, when I said it,
why didn't it get the traction when you said it that when she said it? Now all of a sudden everybody is coming, and I don't have a problem. I'm glad.
Yes.
But if you said this a decade ago, and I remember you saying it over a decade ago, why didn't it get the traction? Why didn't it get the support? Why wasn't it propped up when Monique said it?
I think there's a few reasons why. Number one, it was the messenger. I should just be grateful I got invited to the party.
Yo, she's speaking so many facts, but let me take a little minute, right? For those of you, I just pulled this little baby out. For those of you that haven't tried it, Yo. I'm on this John right now. I drank a whole bottle last night. This sweet bitch. It's called Sweet Bitch for real. So for those of y'all that be like, what? Yep, that's the name. This mango moscato. I am going to buy the peach moscato next because I didn't even know they had peach. So my little ass is going to go get that peach later. But this is what I've been sipping on. This joint tastes good. Shout out to Sweet Bitch though, to the makers of it, because yo, all of them taste good. The only one I don't like is the one that tastes real bitter. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Monique is spitting some gems. I'm right here chilling, listening to this, John. Like I said, tonight I might get me a little bottle of Jack Daniels and react to the rest of it. Because, you know, if y'all know me, y'all know I love Jack Daniels. And it's got to be the honey kind.
To a big fat black woman, how dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. Mm-hmm. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
You're very specific.
These are our heroes. How could you say their names out loud? Because they're the ones that did it.
All right. So for a lot of people that are kind of lost, right? Don't mind my background. My daughter drew all over that. I gotta clean that wall down, and I gotta paint it back because that scrubbing and doing all that is gonna make it look. Anyways, that's the wall. I gotta fix this whole house. But a lot of y'all know that a lot of that stuff is going on now. It's like right now I see it out here in these streets, and I see it here on social media. Like a lot of people are scared to speak up on the people that did them wrong, right? And they'll sit here and lash out on the people that did nothing to them. Why is you lashing out on them? Stand up and speak up and let the person know that did you wrong. This is how you feel. And you're not going to, how can I say, step down? How can I say, but you're going to move on. But you're not going to change how you feel because they're saying this, and that. And that's what's crazy. Like, a lot of people have a problem with that. Why? The truth hurts that bad that you can't take it? Yeah, like I wonder who could really answer that right there. Does the truth hurt that bad that it makes people react in a way like, damn, you can go as far as lying on somebody, getting somebody arrested, killing somebody. I'm like, damn, that's how bad the truth hurts. But what part of the truth hurted you? Just so I can remember for next time. That's how I be feeling because I be seeing it happen a lot. I'm like, yo, people can't take the truth. People can't. And that's what's happening right now with stuff that's going on around us. People get told the truth and they either ignore it, don't want to pay attention to it, or want to pretend like it's a lie. No, what you can't handle what's happening. This is what's actually happening. It's what's crazy is they did an episode of the Boondocks talking about something like that too. That's the funny part. Showing us how our community would sit here and fall for anything. Y'all should be ashamed.
It. And if I don't say it out loud, now you see a woman that is swallowing that pain, that is so stressed out. Then you see our sister Taraji P. Henson sit on that platform. And I love that baby because she's a beautiful spirit. But to see her that broken, what our community was.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all see how speaking your story could impact somebody's life for the better and not always for the worst? Your story can help somebody else's story. And sometimes we don't even know how much. We think it doesn't. They make us feel like it doesn't. But then when you start hearing the stories of the lives of the people that you've actually motivated to stand up and speak up for themselves, it's like, why was they hating so much? Like, really? So that also kind of teaches you, because it taught me and it built me. Like, I'm strong now against it. Like at times, yeah, I get a little passionate and people are like, you mad? No, I'm just passionate. So you're going to hear the passion in my voice.
Saying was, we have a hard time. Some of us, we have a hard time seeing a strong Black woman with a back straight and a chin up and a strong Black man standing by her side. We have a hard time accepting that, but we can accept seeing a Black woman broken.
Women are going to hate what I'm about to say
because she's falling apart. our community had a hard time with those two things. And when I would hear people say, why is her husband there? Why is he there? It's a sad day when we're questioning why a Black man would stand with his Black woman. So when you hear,
and that's a fact, it's not just, you know, a Black man standing with his Black woman, because like I tell people, I don't see color, even though we got to be honest and be real. The Black man in America gets it more than the, you know, than the Hispanic man in America. And us women, whether we're Black or Hispanic or mixed, I don't know if y'all, because I don't want to, you know, offend anybody, so I'm trying to pick my words right? We get away with more as women than these men do. And what messes me up, right? Because I've seen it. I've been in both relationships. I've been with a man that's all Black. Sorry to say it, but people won't understand me unless I break it down like that. And I've been with a man that's all Hispanic. Like, he was just all Puerto Rican, straight from the island. Aguala guala, as y'all want to call them. You see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's the facts. But I've noticed the difference between them being chased by the cops and my first baby pops, because he was, you know, white. He was Puerto Rican. He was all white. Like, he looked like he could have passed for a white boy. Had a little more leverage. He you know, he got a little more of a pass compared to my daughter's father, that has been in and out, because, you know, the cops look at him differently. And it's crazy, it's fucked up, but it's not called racism. We need to go do our research and find the proper word for what it is, because we've been lied to, we've been manipulated to the point that we're saying this is racism. We're not the Republicans and the Democrats fighting each other. That's them. The racism is between them. The race is between them. Like, I can go a little deeper into that if y'all want to, but see, the conversation is.
I get you completely, but I've actually wondered though, why do people pass me off as a Middle Eastern person? I know my skin is brown and everything like that. You got brown skin Middle Eastern people. Why do I pass off as that? I have no roots in there though, so why would I be passed off as that?
Listen, man, listen, at the end of the day, what we're being told what racism is isn't even racism. So whatever it is that we're doing against each other that has to do with the color of our skin or where we come from, our ethnicity, our nationality, whatever, racism isn't the word for it. Like, if y'all go look up what racism is it has to do with the parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, the race between them, the donkey and the elephant. I could break it down, but like I said, me talking to myself, no, I could have this conversation with somebody. We could actually have, like, yo, listen, like, you know, we could break it down to somebody, like somebody else that does know about it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and look crazy. I don't know if y'all understand where I'm coming from, but somebody that does know that what I'm talking about could either leave it in the chat, or they could leave it, you know, when they catch the replay, in the comments. Because we're saying racism, we're being racist against each other. What are we racing? The color of brown, white, yellow of our skins, where they racing to? Because if anything, we're stuck with the color of our skin in our bodies. We're attached to it. I'm sorry to say it, but that's a big fact. So for those of y'all that keep saying, oh, we're being racist amongst each other, listen, we're not a political party. Get mad, hate me, but before y'all say some slick shit or some fly stuff, listen, go do y'all research, and then y'all can figure out, you know what, as a matter of fact, let's let Monique do this, and then I'm gonna go right into the topic called I'm gonna show y'all a video of Papa Duck, and I think he talks about it on that video, how he breaks down what racism is. So, like, we've been saying we're racist against each other, and I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Because Papa Duck put the video out, and I'm not gonna lie, I sat here and did my research. I'm like, wait. Racism has to do with a political party, and we've been saying we've been racist against each other. Let's make it make sense. So yeah, I'm asking a logical question that might get a lot of people mad, offended. Why? I'm not going to be able to ever answer that question, but I'm not going to get mad. I just want to really know, like, why are we still saying we're racist amongst each other if racism has to do with the political party? That's it. Blessings the word. Blessings. How you doing? Thank you, young Riaz, for coming up, for showing some support. I'm gonna let Monique keep talking, but yeah, that's a fact. Like, yo, it's so much that I can say, but me talking to myself, it's like I gotta sit here, ask my question, myself a question, and then say, here. I'm like, no, no. Unless I could have a civil conversation with somebody, we could really get into it. We could really get into it.
Black women saying we're the most undervalued, disrespected, underserved, mistreated, violated, exploited. We get all of that. Then you see a black man standing with his black woman saying, not on my watch. And you hear some black men saying, why her husband gotta be there? We're in a sad state of affairs.
I ain't gonna put color into this, yo. I'm gonna be very honest. I'm seeing that, and like I'm seeing that only here in America. Like her saying this, right? I had a conversation with the Chinese lady that owns the Chinese store right here in the corner of my block. And she was talking to me and she said, yo, you know what I noticed they do here in in this country that they don't do in my country? I was like, what? She was like, I noticed that a lot of the women pay for their own stuff. I was like, yeah. She was like, but in my country, she's like, the man pay the bills, the man pays for dinner, the man, does this, the man does that. She's like, the women here are lazy. I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I'm listening, man. I didn't even know how to answer none of the questions that she had because she was kind of being logical. I was sitting here like, yo, a lot of us is doing everything that a man is supposed to do, right? And then us, like a lot of the men here are doing what the women are supposed. Like, yo, this conversation got deep with the Chinese lady, but it is kind of like she does state a fact. She does make a fact. Why is it that here, right? Like over there, the women make the rules in the house, blah, 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 but the men lay down the law. Basically, that's how she broke it down. The word said, I gotta stay next to the mic. Racist is one who is profound in one's race. But that still makes it a race. It's kind of crazy. That right there still confuses me because it's just adding race. Like it's a race to me. Racism is a system, so I can understand what he's saying, but it's bigger than politics. It's a tool that distracts us from looking at classism. Okay, okay. See, the word is somebody that can actually kind of break this down. Don't get tired. You haven't checked out the word. Go make sure you hit the word up. Go check his videos out, and y'all might understand a little bit of the stuff because listen, man, I'm learning just the same way that y'all are. Like I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. I'm beyond perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm not perfect. But I kind of get what the word is saying.
Bears.
Oh, but anyways, my bad. I was about to play the video back. Like I was saying, right? I noticed that it doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, right? Or black or Chinese or white. If you're here in the hood, right? It's kind of like you see the woman take care of the man and you don't see the man take care of the woman. And it's rare. There are men that are out here doing their jobs, but these lazy ass Peter Pans are kind of like taking over. You notice them more than what you notice these real men out here. And listen, I don't want to offend nobody once again, but I gotta be real about this. Like, what is the problem, right? With a woman standing next to her man and her man standing next to his woman, protecting, defending, rocking out with each other. What is the problem? Because listen, yo, growing up, I used to hear all the old heads say, "Yo, listen, man, I married my best friend. My best friend is," and I didn't get the concept of it, and I didn't understand it until now that I'm older. And I was like, "Yo, I see why a lot of them married their best friends because like they already know each other in and out. They can forgive each other. I could just go deeper into that, but that's another topic. But my whole point is like, yo, the man is supposed to be with you. The man is supposed to be rocking out with you. Y'all supposed to be able to talk about things. Y'all supposed to be able to work it out and not just leave each other. But see, nowadays we just give up. We just quit. We hop into relationships without knowing each other or taking the time to get to know each other. We hurt each other without taking the time to, get to read the chapters. Like, yeah, this person did it to me, so I'm gonna just do it to you. I don't know if you're gonna do it. I'm just gonna assume that you did it or you're going to do it without this person even. So you're already judging. You already making a prediction that something's going to happen without even happening. You want it to happen. You brought it to life. Without realizing that by focusing on that, now you're losing your relationship because now y'all don't have the same time y'all used to spend. Y'all don't talk the way y'all used to talk. Y'all separated, y'all divided. All why? Because you're either going by what somebody else is saying or because you never took the time to actually know the person that you're with. And I can go deeper into this, but hey, I don't see a problem with a man standing next to his woman for whatever the reason is. Mine stands next to mine. Next to me. I stand next to him. Like, for those men out here that say, oh, I can't rock out with my woman, why are you with her? For those women out here that say, I can't rock out with my man, why are you with him? For those women that want to cover for the women that want to sit here and, say, oh, man, I knew that it wasn't the daddy, but you want to say something after. You was never her friend. Let me repeat myself because I probably kind of confused y'all. There's women out here that'll sit here and cover up for her friend having a baby, right? Like Monique said earlier, right? And it's not even the dude's baby. But then when they're not talking no more, she'll come and say, oh, you knew that was not your baby, right? She was never his friend. Her friend. It's just crazy, man. I could just go deeper into this and people don't understand it. Like, it's people hate when a U is pulled on them, don't they? People just can't handle the truth. Oh, facts. See, yep. I told y'all. Listen, man. If y'all haven't word, can you leave your link down there? If y'all haven't subbed up to the word, go make sure y'all check out the word. Cause what he tells you, whether you believe it or not, it gets you to think. And when you start thinking, you're gonna want to start doing your own research. You don't gotta go by what people say. I always tell people that go out there and do your research. Don't just go by what I'm saying. Go out there and do your research. But this man talks in a way that he does get you to think. For those of you that got thousands and millions of questions, the word right there. Y'all can go check him out and y'all can actually ask him a lot of the questions that y'all are trying to wonder and figure out. Because I'm telling y'all that he could break it down. I'm not saying that the man is perfect. I'm not saying the man is God and he's a prophet. He knows this. What I'm saying is the man has done his research to the point where I could sit here and say, yo, go ahead and go watch him. Because everything that he says, I could have sat here and I've done my research. I'm like, damn, okay, I get it now. I may have not understood it at that 1 second, but as you're talking, I'm researching. And that's what you're supposed to do if you really want to understand something. Like I said, I'm somebody I stand for something and I fall for nothing. And when I tell you that this man, a lot of the stuff that he says is on point. So make sure y'all go check the word out. If you got questions, because he can break this John down and make you understand it. But like, yo, man, life is crazy, yo. Like, it's 1,000 questions you could sit here and ask. And unless you go down that rabbit hole, unless you're Lola Bunny and you want to take Bugs Bunny with you and go down the rabbit hole and figure it out for yourself, you're never going to figure it out or understand it. You have to be willing.
We begin to question Black love and Black unity. So they didn't want to hear me, some of them, because of what I look like, because I spoke about their heroes,
Facts.
and because they saw that man standing right there strong.
Did they question the validity?
Wouldn't it be better if you're sitting here and y'all both leading? Do some people have a problem? Like, do y'all feel embarrassed? Like, damn, like your other half should make you feel like you're bigger than everything. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm looking for it right now. It's not lost and found. I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not Love of a Mother either. I'm feeling like a giant. There you go. Feeling like a giant. Right? Listen, man. I want y'all to hear this poem, right? And then we're gonna get right back to Monique. This is called Feeling Like a Giant. And I know that your other half should make you feel like this. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Then I'll get to it. Hold on 1 second. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag, but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with division. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future you have no vision? This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division and religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're holding them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday. Probably because of the way they was dressed today. Not realizing that the one that they hate could be the one that saves their day. But you know what? Thanks to them, it's another day in history where you get to flip the pages to your book and speak your story. And Lord, it's unholy. But you know what hurts the most? As I walk down the street and I see how easily we're divided. When we all should be united. One body, one mind, one soul, a million talents. Lord, without you, we're all divided. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know any better. They don't know that there's someone out there that loves them. And that's a big, big fact. But yeah, like I was telling you, like when you got somebody that's with you that, you know, supports you and motivates you, like that's the best thing right there. Like we should be able to lead like king and queen. And I don't see why people have some problems. You know what's crazy? All these people saying that they don't understand how somebody that loves each other could stand there by each other and support each other like that. Y'all don't know what love is really about. And that's the crazy part. Like your other half should make you feel like what this poem is about to say. In this vast world, I feel so small. But with your love, I stand tall. Grateful for your presence, a gift from above. I want you to know, my darling, all my love. No matter what they say, through every storm, we'll stride. Our love evolves. It's It's a beautiful ride. Through laughter or tears, we'll find. I'm going to start this poem over again. I'm sorry. In this vast world, I feel so small, but with your love, I stand tall. Grateful for your presence, a gift from above. I want you to know, my darling, all my love. No matter what they say, through every storm, we'll stride. Our love evolves. It's a beautiful ride. Through laughter or tears, we'll face it side by side. With you, my dear, life's a perfect tide. I realize the priceless treasures are free. In every gesture, you've engraved love on me. Every touch ignites, leaves me breathless and warm. Together, let's show the world love's true form. It's just the two of us, our love a shining light in front of the world. I'll proudly hold you tight, embracing our strength like rulers of a great empire. Without your love, my heart would tire. In your embrace, all my happiness finds a place. If destiny takes me away, I'll return for your grace. Feeling empowered, it's all because of you. You've taught me the power of love so true. No matter what they say, through highs and lows, we'll go. Our love stretches, it continues to grow. Through smiles or sorrows, we'll face everything as one. With your love, my dear, every journey is one. Feeling empowered, your love has set me free. You've turned my world around, now my purpose I see. Together we'll conquer Our love will never cease. With you by my side, I'm a giant at peace. So that other half that you have, that that you're with, is supposed to make you feel at peace, and you're supposed to make them feel at peace, and together y'all supposed to lead. But now, the way we've been brought up, the way we've been taught, the way we've been told things, we got it all backwards. So those that don't got that third eye open are sitting here fighting the ones that got that third eye open and understand what they're doing. They already walked them trenches and are just trying to give advice. That's why I understand when a lot of people say, yo, man, listen, I give up. Because these people don't want to be helped. And you know what their focus is on? The youth. And I'm not mad at them, as they should. Hey, baby.
Because we had never seen this before. Not so public, not so present.
Yes.
Did they question you and his relationship?
Me and my husband?
Yes.
When you say question,
what it's like?
Because they did, but I want to understand what
okay. Did they think that was your husband, or what? Was he your manager? Because he's been everything. Yes. He's your lover. He's your manager. He's your confidant.
Name him.
He's the father.
Come on, name him.
Whatever he's all encompassing.
Yes.
He's a toolbox with all the tools that Monique needs.
All of them.
And so when I heard people saying that, why is he there? Why does he have to be in every interview? Why does he have to be in the background? Why can't Monique do that? Why not?
Right?
Why not?
Facts. Why not?
Why not? And that's when you see, and these are my sisters, but when you see Taraji, when you see Viola, when you see our sisters speaking out, you never see their representation sitting right there with them. Mm-hmm. You never see them saying, listen, we got to fight together.
Right.
My husband is also my manager, which is my representation.
Right.
But again, we've been so beat down that some of us have a problem with this black man saying, I'm standing right here strong, right, and I will not flinch and I will not budge. What a sad state of affairs we are now in, where you have people that look like you and I, mm-hmm, that would question why this man is standing there. That, for the life of me, is disheartening. Mm-hmm. When we heard Brother Malcolm say, we've been run amok, we've been hoodwinked, we're now doing it to ourselves. We're now doing it to ourselves. So when you say, Monique, it was different.
She not lying. Yo, Malcolm X said that. And what's crazy is we doing it. We doing it to our own selves. Yo, y'all don't see how bad we have gotten. Like, y'all think we've gotten better? We've gotten worse.
Right. Because we had never seen that before. You said their names. Mm-hmm. Let me say this. I'm not the first one.
Right.
I'm not the first one. But we get washed away in history so easily that we start thinking, oh, this is the first one. This is the first one. Her name is Claudette Colvin.
I said it before.
She's not the first one, but she was before Rosa Parks. Mm-hmm. But because Claudette Colvin did not fit the picture that they thought she should.
Yo, I said this before and people said, are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I just know my history. I've done my research and I'm not going to talk and say something I don't know. Like, I've sat here and read enough to say here, okay, this is like this. Why isn't this lady talked about more? It's just Rosa Parks. Okay, we understand. We know what Rosa Parks did. But in reality, who did it before her? It was somebody else who did it before her.
Looked like she was dark skinned and she had coarse hair. And because the organization, I believe it was the NAACP, did not think she would be accepted by the white people, they had to get somebody that they said the white people could accept. We keep repeating the same thing because what I said is no different than what anyone else is saying. Not at all.
Right.
It was the messenger.
And she's not lying. It was the messenger. Why? Because Taraji is a little lighter than Monique. Taraji is a little more built than Monique. And what I mean by that, Taraji got a more of a model body than Monique does. You see where I'm coming from? And then to top it off, I'm not sure if Taraji I think it is. Yeah, Taraji has more of a fan base than Monique. I know I'm not tripping, but that could be also, a lot to do with it. And I've seen it, and it's fucked up. I've seen it time after time, and it's happening throughout the celebrities. And y'all letting the celebrities dictate y'all lives.
And it was the way that I'm not putting my head down. I'm not shedding one tear. I'm not going to say, I don't want to say their name because I might get in trouble. I'm going to say all of it.
Right.
Because when you really think about that little girl coming behind you, what I don't ever want that baby to see is me broken. I don't want her to see me falling apart. And I understand it. I understand how it can happen, Shannon, when you may not have a foundation at home,
Correct.
When you may not have that man at home or that woman at home, whomever, that support person saying you're not crazy.
Right.
I got you. Come on. We're going to go through this. We're going to get through this. So for us, if we start taking things for what they are and get out of our emotions, we will be so far along.
Do you believe punishment? Punishment is not only meant for the perpetrator, but it's also to deter others from said acts.
You see it.
Do you believe the punishment that was bestowed upon Monique was not only to punish you,
saw it,
but to deter others from saying what you said?
Well, Shannon, see, and I'm going to answer that. But sometimes we act like we don't know our history. See, back in the day when they had us in chains, they would beat one real good.
Right. But in front of the others.
In front of the others, and they let everybody.
Well, she's not lying on what she's saying, but I want to correct Monique on one thing. Monique, yo, I love you, girl, but we wasn't the ones in the plantation. We were not the ones in chains. These people sacrificed their lives for us to get a message, and only a few of us understood the message, and the rest either don't care or didn't grasp it on time. But we wasn't the ones chained up or in the plantation. Can we please stop saying when we were in chains? We were not in chains. Our ancestors were. And some of our grandparents. I'm sorry, because slavery didn't really end until kind of like the late 60s or 70s or something like that. I know I did a whole live about it, but that was on my main page, and I'm not going to upload the video until I get to it because I have everything on an SD card. But I know I did a whole live on that because there was still a whole slave alive in like, I forgot what year it was. I think it was in the 60s or the 70s, something like that. But y'all go do y'all research and y'all find it.
Know what you don't want is that type of ass whooping.
Right.
So what they said was, we're going to beat Monique really good. We're going to sit her down. And I made it public. Financially, my family took a hit, Shannon. And when I tell you we took a hit,
right,
we took a hit. So when you see our sister go through that, you see her go through, and we act like our eyes didn't see what it saw when we watched that promotion happen with the color purple.
Right.
We wanted to act like we didn't see how Oprah Winfrey treated Taraji. In my humble opinion, when you saw her walk up, you saw that there was tension. You saw that there was something happening.
Right.
And then when you see Taraji write her a love letter, it's like, listen, we got to stand tall and stand strong on what we know. We know you were mistreated. We know it wasn't right. We know it was unfair. And
thank you, Letitia. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because that allows Lady O to keep on doing what she's doing. And we're in a position of, I don't want to say nothing because we saw how Monique got whooped. Now, again, that's just my humble opinion, but I don't know I don't know how else to frame that. It's like, listen, you better fix that because you saw what they did to her.
She ain't lying. We experience it out here too. How many people stay shut because they've seen somebody go through something? Or they scared to speak up. I've been through it. I speak up on the school system. I speak up and I talk to people about the situations going on in our schools and stuff like that. And I personally have heard a lot of people say, yo, if I speak up, I'm gonna lose my job because, you know, I work for the government or I work for the school system. And a lot of them is bound to their job. A lot of them don't care. They have lost and quit their jobs because they're not going to sit here and stand and take the beat down and lose their kids. You speak up. I spoke up, scared and all. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was scared shitless when I stood up to them because in the back of my head was everything that everybody was telling me. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I'm going to lose my son. I'm going to lose my son because I'm sitting here sticking up for my son. I'm standing up for my son and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, it turned out to be the whole complete opposite once I faced it. Once I sat there and I fought it, my son was here. And then with his aunt, I'm able to work out something in the process of almost losing him again. So you got to stand up and lose that fear that something's going to happen to you or to the person that you love that you're fighting for. Because if you don't ask for it, if you don't demand it, you're not going to get it. Because I could tell you, I fought the system. I won a battle, but I didn't win the war. I cannot win the war alone. I could fight all the battles by myself and win them. But you expect me as a leader of my community to go fight the war by myself without no leaders with me. Where y'all at? Because we're fighting more than one school system. So yeah, she's not lying. She's speaking facts. Y'all scared because y'all saw somebody took an ass whooping from the system, and now y'all don't know how to fight them, and y'all scared. See, here's the problem. You gotta face that demon. You gotta fight that demon. You can't be scared, because if you're scared when it comes to the school system and the government, when it has to do with our kids, we're gonna lose them. And I'm not scared to speak. I'm not scared to speak up. And yes, it's gotten me in trouble before. But I'm right here standing tall, telling y'all that yes, it's a scary process. Can you fight them? Yes. And if more of us united, we could beat the war. But y'all too scared. So I have no leaders to join me to sit here and fight them. Where the warriors at? Warriors, where you at? Y'all want to come out and play? Like on some real shit.
You saw how they treated her.
Is it a situation, do you believe it's a situation that Oprah might have faced something similar that maybe wasn't as public as you? And she's looking at it, well, if I faced that, went through it, and came out on the other side and look at me, it should be okay. Because sometimes we get that with parents. You know, I struggle. You say my kids should have to struggle sometimes also. Do you think that might be something going on with her? Or you just like, there's a disconnect?
There's a disconnect.
Okay.
There's a disconnect, and there's been a disconnect for years. There's a disconnect. And I think what happens is we place people on these pedestals, and we say, oh, no, you can't do no wrong. We don't even want to hear it.
Right.
And when you hear cats say, you know what they do? They don't say anything, and they act like it didn't happen. I'm going to keep talking until you take accountability.
Right.
Until you say, Uncle, I've done this. That's why it was so important. From Oprah Winfrey to Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels. Now, Lee Daniels was the only one I had to deal with. Did you see Lee Daniels apologize? He walked out on that stage. Not only did he apologize on stage, that man apologized to our children. That man apologized to our children and said, I need to apologize for what I put y'all through. He's the only one I had to deal with. However, it became a problem with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry that I wouldn't do something and work for free. Now, when you say, well, maybe Oprah feels like she came through it, why can't you? Right. Well, there's a story with Oprah Winfrey when she was on the show, People Are Talking.
And that's the crazy part, yo. See, because people say, I went through it. I had to go through the process. You have to go through the process. What the hell? We back in high school? I mean, or is it college where they have them little, you know, them little, what you call them? Frat parties or something like that. you know how they got the girls and then they got the boys. But I'm hoping y'all get where I'm coming from. Like that y'all sit here and y'all gotta get, you know, like listen, man. Yo, this shit is crazy. So basically, it's like a frat party. You got to sit here and you got to get sworn in or something like that. You got to go do some crazy stuff in order to, you know, become a member. Like, really, we too grown for this. Just because you went through something don't mean that I got to go through it. So you're not real. You're fake as fake can be. You want something in return. And you know what's crazy? They say that, you know, things in life aren't free.
Share was making $55,000. She was making $22,000. These are her words. It was her co-host. She said, I had to leave because they wasn't paying me fairly. Now you say a Black woman
You have a soda in the refrigerator
who did nothing wrong, and you're in the midst of this situation because she called me, Tyler Perry called me, Lionsgate called. When you were on the phone with my husband, you said, I agree with Monique. I agree with the position she's taking. But when it came time to say it out loud, Oprah Winfrey went totally silent. Now, to Tyler Perry's credit, Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on. Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied. Only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm going to say that, right? Now, here's where, when you did that interview with Kat.
That's a message. She's speaking to y'all parents. For those of you, you know what was crazy? Listen, last night I was watching, it wasn't last night. Last night I was watching that other movie. The night before last, I was watching a movie with my baby pops. And guess what movie it was? I've been waiting to watch this movie for 2 years. Right? It's called The Sound of Freedom. And when I finally saw that movie, right? I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know what's crazy? A lot of parents have a tendency of doing that. So what Monique is going to say, yo, it should hit a lot of parents' ears. Right? Because a lot of parents have a tendency of, you know, taking their little kids to the modeling classes and stuff like that and leaving them there instead of being there with their child, showing them support, showing them love. Like in one part of this movie, this man loses both his kids because he sits here and I guess it's like a modeling act. He drops them off in the place that they were located at, right? And he leaves them there for hours and doesn't come back till nighttime. By the time he comes back, they have already their kids have already become a part of human trafficking. They took their kids out the state and everything. So now you got this agent that is in the look on the run, risking his life, and it's rare because you barely see people do this to bring these kids. And in the process of trying to rescue these 2 kids, he ends up rescuing a total of 55 kids. Like, if y'all haven't seen the movie Sounds of Freedom, like, y'all should go watch it because it's crazy. Like, yo, that one part in particular drew my attention, and I don't get tired of telling parents, yo, stop dropping y'all kids off at these agencies or in these places that y'all don't really know much about, and then coming back for them after hours. You never know if one of these agencies could be fake, y'all don't do y'all research about the places y'all take y'all kids to, and then y'all just leave them there. Even if you was to drop your daughter off in Girl Scouts, I would say, yo, please do your research because there's a lot of groups out here that are fake, that pretend to be like if they're Girl Scouts and they not. Like, y'all have to, like, yo. And that's crazy because that's why a lot of these celebrities go real dark. That they get misused, abused, and the ones that are supposed to be there protecting them, defending them, are not there with them. But guys, I'm about to end this. I'm going to pick it up probably tonight or tomorrow morning. We don't pick it up tonight, just know that I'm going to definitely pick it up tomorrow morning on a Sunday because it's my other day off. I don't got nothing to do. Like, my day off is like no appointments, no nothing with the kids. I'm off. It's my day. These are my days. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here, right, and react to the Monique interview because I'm hearing everybody talk about it, and I'm listening to everybody give me little pointers and this and that, but and I agree with a lot of people, and a lot of people have questions. She has had a lot of people raise questions the same way Cat Williams did, and what's crazy is that a lot of these questions we should already know. Like now, everybody, 2024, everybody wants to open up their ear. Can y'all open up that third eye? So we're at 35. Yeah, let's hit it to 40 so it can make it lesser when I play again. So thank you to all those that are supporting this rocking out with a shorty. And like I said, the link is right there for anybody that wants to come up and give their opinion or their perspectives. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes. I was gonna end it earlier, but I was like, you know what? Hey, let's get into it. Let's do this.
I could respect how you do it. Because Kat said, you let them people lie in your face. And your response was, Kat, I don't know if they're lying or not.
Right.
Because I can only take them at their word.
At their word.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people, it's like here on YouTube, like a while ago, I went through a lot of stuff because people was telling me about how this person was going to be with me on a platform, but you know what? I took this person for their word. And I understand where Monique is coming from because I really took this person for their word. And then what's crazy is people started showing me like, I'm like, y'all really went out and paid to get somebody's record? Like, I wouldn't do that unless I feel like I had to. But it's crazy that a lot of people went out on this YouTuber and paid to get his actual, background and stuff like that. And I'm reading, I'm like, all right, you know what? Listen, it ain't bad like, other people here. So, you know what? His background to me is his business. Like, I'm not in his life. He ain't with me. I don't have nothing to do with that. So, like, I just push that to the side because it's none of my concern. Like, his sexual preference is not my concern. I don't care who somebody is in bed with, who they date, and none of that. Like, I really don't care if they buy, intimacy or if they don't buy it. Like, I know what I do. That's what I should care about. What the ones around me do, that's what I should care about. But somebody else that's far away from me that I don't go see on a daily basis, somebody that I don't say I love you to every day, that I don't lay down with or I don't eat with, what their personal life is their personal life. But then after a while, I was like, okay, I'm like, this person wanted to make it personal. I'm like, but we're gonna leave it like that. You wanna know why? Because an eye for an eye isn't always the right way to go. So I left it like that. And like I told both these people that I had a problem with on social media, I'm like, I forgive y'all. But karma's a bitch. And you know what's crazy? That should be hitting people. And they getting their karma. So yeah, I can understand where Monique comes from because you can get confused fast and lost in the sauce.
Man saying? What did you hear that man saying?
He said it.
What did he say?
People lie. Watch.
It's
hard. It's hard. Like, you're not picking sides. For somebody that's not picking sides, it's hard for you to like, damn, I don't have nothing to do with this, but yeah, I'm gonna be real. This person said this. This person is like this. Like, okay, I get where you're coming from. It's hard when you real. When you real, you real. And the truth hurt people. That's the crazy part.
Monique, you're not supposed to be recording people.
See?
No.
Recording is illegal in some places, but it's legal in other. Like here, if I'm gonna, how can I say it? Here in Philadelphia, it's illegal to record somebody against their will unless you have to. Like, I don't know how to put it down or break it down, but you can record somebody and use it in the court system. Like, it's depending the situation. I don't really know how to break it down. But you got me messed up. Shit, I'm telling people, I've recorded people and I've told them I've recorded you. But there's situations where I don't have to. Like, I've only had to sit here and come up with an idea thinking that I got to record somebody because I felt like I had to. Like, in the middle of a conversation and we're going through something, I'm like, is this person threatening me? Hell yeah. I'm pulling out my phone and I'm going to be recording. And I'm letting them know, I'm recording you. And people don't care. Even though they know they're getting recorded, they'll still say what they're going to say. I'm sitting here like, people really shut up.
Let me back up.
Okay.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a Black woman really gets the kick in the ass. Had I not recorded Tyler Perry,
there you go.
Then it would have been my word
against his.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Right.
Well, now I have him on audio, which is legal to do where we live.
Right.
Facts.
Okay. We have him on audio. And do you know what some people then said? Why would you record him? Just like you sat there and said, you know what's illegal to do. But did you hear what the man said? I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
Is he gonna make he's gonna compensate you for that?
I want you to look in your camera.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to Tyler Perry because you heard what that man said. So ask him, will he compensate my family?
Yo, Cat Williams went and started some shit. Yo, ask the person that you want to know about. I feel the same way. Look at the camera. Ask them because I can't answer your question because it's really directed to them. In reality, I'm not in their head unless I sit here and flip the scripts, right? And walk a mile in their shoes and sit here and do what they do on a daily basis. Then I can sit here and I'm like, okay, now I know why this person thinks like this, why this person talks like this, why this person behaves like this. But other than that, like, come on, y'all, let's be real.
Family for that.
Tyler, will you come on Club Shay Shay and let's have a conversation about the fair compensation for what transpired between you and Monique? You can sit right here and she's sitting right here and you and I can have a conversation.
And we'll do.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. One of the parties is telling the truth. And the one that's bold enough to come and speak in front of everybody is the one I'm going to believe. Because the other one, if you're speaking the truth, why are you hiding? Why are you not there? Front and center, right there with them. Because if you're telling the truth, you wouldn't have a problem here sitting face to face, having a sit down. Man, look, listen, man. People can sit here and lie. But when you look at somebody in the eyes, you can see right through their soul. You can look right at their soul when you look at through their eyes. When you're looking right through their eyes. And you know what's crazy? You know how they say that phrase, actions speak louder than words? They say it for a reason. Because your behavior, your actions are going to speak louder than what you're saying. And so many people have a tendency of blah, 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 blah. And you know what's crazy? Words fly with the wind. Actions speak louder than words. If you say you about this, then be about this. Don't just talk about this.
Do you want better? And give me 5 on that, baby. Where do you want better, Shay? My husband and I'll sit right next to him. See, with this whole situation, and some of the people that Kat talked about, ironically, I have this issues with those same people. There were people that reached out to Tyler Perry on my behalf.
Okay.
And I was grateful for that. Okay. There was Al Sharpton, the Reverend Al Sharpton, civil rights leader.
Yeah.
I sent him that audio. He listened to it. He said, baby, what that man did to you was wrong, and you're like my daughter. And we're going to have to get him to fix that.
Right.
We didn't hear from Al Sharpton for 6 months. The next time we saw Al Sharpton, he was on a podium talking about we don't need to fly commercial because we can fly Tyler Perry's private jet. I said, that's why maybe I'm not hearing back from him. Okay. Then we had our beautiful sister, Stephanie Mills.
Yes.
Okay. Who is, she don't play.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I told her what happened, sent her the audio. Now, I don't know if she listened to that audio or not, but however, she called Tyler Perry. She said, Monique, Tyler Perry does not want to revisit this. Okay, fine.
Right.
While we're on the phone, Tyler Perry calls her back and says, I will meet with Monique, but not with her husband. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And then Monique has to apologize publicly.
Why can't her husband be there? Like, why she got it? Like, yo, I hate when people do that. Like, You know what's crazy? I think people, in my opinion, do that to women. Like a lot of people, like they mostly do it to women. I'm really starting to see that. And they'll tell the women, yo, I want to have the meeting with you, but your husband or your boyfriend cannot be there. Like, why? You feel like he's gonna over emasculate you or something? Like, what is the problem with my other half being here? He's gonna know about it anyways. And if he's my manager and if he deals with everything that I deal with, I don't keep no secrets. What is the problem with a man supporting his wife or his wife supporting a man?
To say Oprah and I had nothing to do with messing up her career.
But that'd be a lie.
Look in the goddamn camera.
I thought that was a stage, the way you
look in the camera.
Yes.
Because you heard it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when you hear what this man is saying. So I said, Stephanie, tell Tyler Perry, never will I meet with him without my husband. And I owe no apology, so I'm not going to give one. That goes away. Kevin Hart. Now, you know when Cat Williams said gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, you're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister.
Yo, don't they always say that when they want something from you? And then when they done with you, like when they feel as though like they don't need you no more or they've gotten what they need, they kick you to the curb. You ain't shit. Now you ain't nothing but a pile of crap in the curve for them. That's all you is.
Okay. Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, I don't really know Oprah, but I'm going to reach out to Tyler. I appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. Let's move past that, Mo. Let's do some great things together. Don't even worry about it. Whatever y'all want to do, I will partner.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it right there. And I'm gonna get back to it. If I don't get back to it tonight, I'm definitely gonna finish it off tomorrow morning. Definitely. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It's Sunday. Mornings be slow. So yep. I'll definitely finish the interview tomorrow and keep react to it. Like I said, it's open panels for anybody that wish to come up and give their opinions. I want to thank everybody that has come and supported the shorties, rocking out with a shorty. Yo, Monique's been speaking for a while, and I can honestly say I'm glad that a lot of people are starting to listen. And I like the way certain content creators are using these interviews. A lot of them are using it the same way I am. They're reacting to it and they're speaking to their communities. Like that's a great way to go about it. Like you can actually react to it and not get in trouble on YouTube or nothing. It's just, watch what you say and watch what you're talking about. That's it. Like, but yeah, like she's spitting some gems right here, and a lot of people should listen to this. And those content creators that wish to talk on it, why not? It's the perfect video to use as a reference to things that are going on around us in our communities with families, schools, and stuff around us, and much more. Listen, I could just keep going, but I'm gonna end this live. I hope everybody has had a blessed and humble day. I hope everybody continues to have a blessed and humble day. And until next time, this is your shorty Rachel.